help improve the programs and services offered at the Roswell campus. Surveys are available at the Roswell Chamber of Commerce and Hispano Chamber of Commerce. Art Fair Arts and Crafts Show is now accepting artists and vendor applications. The fair will be held at the Roswell Convention Center on Saturday and Sunday, April 2nd and 3rd, 2022. Only handmade items are accepted. For more information and application forms, email artfair2015@gmail.com.
If you have an item for Talktivities, email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com. That's calendar@pvbcradio.com.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A key southern port city in Ukraine now in the hands of the Russians. As Putin's war enters its second week, the Ukrainians, rallied by President Zelensky, remain defiant. Zelensky, in a televised statement, saying, quote, "We'll drive them out with disgrace. These are not warriors of a superpower. These are confused children who have been used." Not only has the Russian invasion resulted in hundreds of civilian deaths, it has unleashed a humanitarian crisis. The UN estimates more than 1 million people, many of them women and children, have fled Ukraine since the start of the invasion. The BBC's Kasia Madeira says the EU now drafting a resettlement plan for the refugees.
They're talking about a protection settlement process in order to enable people, all people from Ukraine, to be able to live, to be able to work in EU countries, because this is the beginning of the next episode of so many of these people's journeys. They'll be able to potentially find work in EU countries. They'll be able to get accommodation, access to medical supplies, access also to education because of this high number of children that are coming through as well.
Thursday morning means the latest weekly jobs report just in.
The Labor Department says jobless claims fell by 18,000 to 215,000 for the week ending February 26th. The 4-week average for claims, which compensates for weekly volatility, fell by 6,000 to 230,500. In total, 1,476,000 Americans were collecting jobless aid for the week that ended February 12th. That's a small uptick of 2,000 from the previous week's revised number.
Correspondent Jeremy House watching Wall Street. Dow futures up 92 points. The NASDAQ futures ahead 26. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. Order the 3-week quick start now. Discount it to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. Call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, and we'll handle the rest. Sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly. All for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
A rival government in Libya is being sworn in. A showdown with the current administration is intensifying.
Libya appears to be about to have 2 governments again after a UN-backed roadmap to try to end years of fighting between factions, founded with the failure to hold a presidential election in December. Parliament, which is based in the eastern city of Tobruk, has long since split off from the internationally recognized administrations in Tripoli. It recently voted in Fatih Bashaga as the new prime minister, the major obstacle being that the incumbent Abdulhamid Al-Dabeiba has no intention of stepping down.
That's a BBC's Sebastian Usher. Well, if you think inflation is bad here, consider Turkey. The government there reports consumer prices spiked 54% last month compared with a year ago. That's an increase from a 49% increase in prices for the month of January. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. President Biden and cabinet members fan out around the country selling their domestic agenda.
Hello, Wisconsin.
Fresh off his State of the Union address Tuesday night, President Joe Biden hit the road Wednesday, traveling to Superior, Wisconsin. The president was in the crucial swing state to promote his domestic agenda, and one of his top accomplishments, the bipartisan infrastructure measure. The president wasn't alone on the road. Vice President Kamala Harris was in North Carolina, joined by Labor Secretary Marty Walsh. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen was in Chicago, where she had lunch at a Ukrainian restaurant and said economic sanctions on Russia are already having an effect. Mike Gracia, Washington.
Reports that China's president, who had met with Vladimir Putin in Beijing, asked Putin to delay his invasion of Ukraine until after the Winter Olympics. China dismissing the report as blame shifting, a diversion. Putin's invasion didn't start until after the games had wrapped up. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yep.
Happy Thursday.
You did it.
Hope you're having a good one.
You almost made it.
Man, got me a warm one today.
It's been warm these last couple of days.
But now it's like warm and windy.
It was like we had the last of wintertime over the weekend, and now it's just like pre-spring.
Yeah, now they're saying 77 for our high today.
Dang.
They were saying 80 yesterday.
Dude, I have a feeling, and I say this every year, I think.
Oh, you know what? This is wrong.
Oh.
This is like old weather.
This is from 1997. Wow.
Now, I guess National Weather Service had a problem because I went in there and it said, nah, not letting you in.
Uh-huh.
And then it let me in, and then I just realized this is from March 3rd at 5:51 a.m. They haven't updated their deal. So, yeah, we're supposed to be like 82 and windy today.
Hey.
I got to go get real wet.
I have a feeling, though, like I said, I say this every year, but I have a feeling that it's going to be a really hot summer. Like,
maybe.
Because if it's already getting up to the 70s and 80s and it's March,
yeah,
dude, June's going to suck.
I don't know. It's New Mexico.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, I say this every single year.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd be acclimated to it by now, but
I don't know. I hope not. But, you know, we'll see. I have no idea. I just read the weather. I have no idea how it works. It blows in and it blows out. That's about all I know. So
the heat is less it affects me less now that I'm not dealing with hike it and spike it weekend.
Yeah.
And now that's not like necessarily an aspect of my life anymore. It's not as big of a deal.
You don't have to consume 8 gallons of Gatorade for that weekend, and that's how I liked about it. It always made me laugh when those weekends hike it, spike it, or back in the days when Gus Macker used to come through here, and the ability to get any bottle of Gatorade in any grocery store was very difficult.
Oh yeah, no, it just didn't happen.
This is pre-COVID and pre-all that world. You just walked through the Gatorade aisle and it looked like Black Friday in there.
Yeah.
It just was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, eventually we just figured out. They just figured out. We'll just work with the distributor.
There you go.
Just get it on site.
But anyway, it's going to be warm today.
It is going to be hot.
Yeah.
Grab yourself a Gatorade. Hydrate up.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Get 2. Get your pocket Gatorade today.
Pocket Gatorade. Is that for anybody? No, it's just my pocket Gatorade.
It's my pocket Gatorade.
Just keep it with me.
And I don't want to disparage the Powerade people too. Pocket Powerade.
That's right,
too.
Pocket Powerade.
We do have a full slate for you for today's show.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have some of the RHS band and band boosters join us here in just a little bit.
Nice.
Talk about some of the achievements they've had and some events coming up. They've, matter of fact, they're going to be doing a big Last Chance Car Wash this Saturday out at the Diamond Shamrock there on South Main.
This is it? This is the last chance we have to wash our cars.
I think so.
So y'all better come out. Get them clean now, because if you got to make sure it's clean now, like moving ahead, we can never clean them again. Apparently, this is our last chance.
And you come hungry, because they're going to have several food trucks. Roswell Community Disaster Relief will be out there. I'm going to wait. I'll let them preview the food trucks.
You're just teasing us. You're giving us an amuse-bouche right now.
I'm reading the list, and I'm liking the list.
Yeah.
So I will let them too. And they got, and then they'll have Fat Man's Beef Jerky is going to be there too, along with Crash Site candles. So you can get candies. I'm sorry, not candles. So you can get jerky and candies.
So Crash Site candies. A lot of people don't know about them. Don't be sleeping on them. They're the ones that do the spicy candy, the spicy gummy candy.
I have not had the spicy gummy candy.
Amazing. I had
so is it like a big red gummy?
No. It's like it's basically like Mexican candy. They take like a gummy, like a gummy lifesaver or whatever.
Okay.
And they basically roll it in. I don't know if it's tahini. I'm not sure what the spiciest stuff is they use, but it's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real good.
I've not tried that.
It's real good.
You know me and my candy and all that, and if it ain't got chocolate in it, I'm usually all out.
Fair enough.
It's like candies. I got chocolate. No, then I'm good.
If you like a little heat in your sweet,
yeah,
it's good stuff.
Yeah, I get that. So we'll talk about that here this hour. Next hour, we're going to have the folks from the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association giving a last-minute reminder about their teen leadership program this week. Is the deadline, March 4th, which is tomorrow, is the final day to get your applications in for that. We'll talk all about that with them. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, we're going to have the folks in the Roswell Community Little Theater join us and invite everyone out for the final weekend of their play that's going on right now for Old Broads. It's your last chance is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to go check that out. So we'll talk with that about that. I'm not sure if it'll be Denise and Kirk coming back or some of the cast. We'll find out.
Indeed.
So, and then, of course, we'll have, all of your features include the news of the local and national variety and Town Hall, Wall Street updates, and whatever else we can come up with. I think that'll cover it.
I have a cat. It sucks when you have a member of your household that doesn't want to be there. Long and short of it is, my cat got out night before last.
And that's a real thing. It's not a euphemism for something else.
No, that's actual. Like,
okay.
That'd be a euphemism for my
cat got out last night.
No, my cat decided to wander out when my kids were outside playing and got under my house. And I was able to get the cat out yesterday. Got him back in the house. He was not thrilled to be back. Spent most of the night upset, wandering around the house. Was basically like avoiding all people. Stayed away from everybody for the whole, while we were up.
Yeah.
We went to bed, stayed up all night, whining, complaining.
I think it's sick.
Dude, it's not sick.
You know?
No, he's just being a jerk.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
If he's sick, then I'm shocked.
Those sound like cat sick things.
No, he was not like throwing up or making any kind of like messes. He was just whining.
Has he been eating?
Yeah, he ate he ate.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Yeah, got him back in the house and he ate. So he seemed fine as far as like that, but just the attitude was not there. He was happy to be outside, I think.
Okay.
And then this morning, just decided to wander out again. As I opened my door to leave, gone. So
got big plans apparently.
I just hope my kids never get out, dude.
Just curiosity, where did you get the cat?
Friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was the cat
adopted from a friend? It was a unwanted pregnancy that they had to get rid of.
I didn't know if the cat was like a feral cat that kind of found your way here. And
No.
I didn't know how.
No, I adopted it from a friend.
Okay. I was curious. I'm just doing my investigating.
So this has been my nightmare for the last 24 hours.
Just doing my Columbo. Don't worry me. One more question for you.
One more thing.
that sucks. Well,
I'm
hopefully...
gonna put some food out again today. Hopefully he'll, coax him back over.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe your cat needs a friend.
He's got a friend.
Oh.
I've got 2 cats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The other cat just fine?
Yeah.
Just hanging out? Like,
Stefan's happy to be there. Yeah, he gets it.
He gets
Free
it.
food, comfy place. It's always warm. Stefan gets it.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Tony, curiosity's going to kill his cat. Going to kill my cat.
Well, that's catastrophic.
It's a catastrophe.
It is.
Talk on it.
We need to categorize this as bad. All right.
You're not even a father.
I'm punned out.
You're not allowed to make those jokes.
I'm a radio DJ. I got to pass on everything. It is 7:14. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather. Don't forget, it's going to be hot.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm for the next few days, but we do have low pressure moving through the area, causing some gusty wind by tomorrow. Pretty nice today, a little bit breezy. We'll be in the low to mid 70s and partly sunny. Overnight, some clouds and mid 40s, and then gusty wind on Friday. Sunshine, and we'll hit the low 80s. Not as windy on Saturday and Sunday, mid 70s and fair. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. I'm trying to bring up good weather, but the National Weather Service isn't, at least for the Roswell portion, isn't working right now. Let me see what I can bring up on my phone here. I was trying to bring it up online, but I'm sorry. What happened was National Weather Service isn't working. I went there and it gave me a weather. Then I realized it was 24 hours old, the weather. They haven't updated it in the last 24 hours here. So let me take a gander here and see what my app says. Let's see, and this is not looking. So currently 39 degrees. Winds are out of the north-northwest at 6 with humidity at 30%. So that's what we're looking at as far as the current temps there. And like as Steve mentioned, expect a hot day with highs in the 80s, but those winds picking up here, gusting. Really looks like out of the south, 5 to 15 early, and then picking up 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 later today. And then with this is going to bring, like tomorrow will be another warm day on for Friday, but really with Saturday and all that, they're talking about a little bit cooler temperatures and things, and more cooler or more warmer, windy weather tomorrow too. So that's kind of where we're looking at right now. It is 7:16. Let's do this. Let's take a 3-minute commercial break, and then we'll have the RHS band, some of the band members and band parents join us here, and we'll talk about RHS band on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Roswell is our home. That's why we've all got to do our part to stop illegal dumping. Throwing your trash, clutter, or yard debris in the alleys, sidewalks, or streets is a crime, and it takes time and money to clean it up. Those caught dumping illegally can face fines of up to $500. You can help by taking your waste to the landfill once a month for free with a paid water bill. Call the City of Roswell Solid Waste Department for more information at 575-624-6746. Help keep Roswell clean. After all, do you want your kids to grow up in a dump?
The Fergalicious boys can keep you hot this winter. Fergalicious. Oh yeah, it's getting cold out there, and Fergie's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep things hot in your home. They can come by and winterize your pipes and check your insulation, and you know they'll do it with nothing but love. Oh yeah, baby. Call the Fergalicious boys at Fergie's Plumbing and Heating at 622-2660. When you need it hot, Fergie's is on the job. Fergalicious.
The crowning achievement of King Solomon's reign was the construction of his temple in Jerusalem. When building the temple, Solomon spared no expense, from vast quantities of cedar wood to the choicest stone that was quarried somewhere else. At the time of the building of the temple, the Bible says the people were sacrificing at the high places because no house had been built for the name of the Lord. The temple then becomes significant to Israel because it brings together the people of God and is a place where they can invite the presence of God. In today's world, God still desires to locate where his people congregate. Matthew 18 reads that where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am with them. Christians today still need a place to celebrate the mighty acts of God. Please join us this Sunday as we delve into God's Word and spur one another on to love and good works.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
ready for new furniture, I don't want to wait for it. I go to Glenn's Furniture, where everything is ready for immediate delivery. Beautiful power reclining furniture, gorgeous dining room sets and bedroom sets, and the world's most comfortable mattresses. Glenn's has the quality furniture I'm looking for at the best prices around, in stock and ready to go home. So don't wait around. Hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, delivering for free since 1953.
The 2022 baseball season is gearing up for your Goddard Rockets and Roswell Coyotes. And in southeastern New Mexico, the place to go for all things Coyotes and Rockets is KSVPTV.com. Coming up on Thursday, your Roswell Coyotes square off in a doubleheader against the Tigers of Alamogordo, live from Joe Bauman Park. Coverage for this game begins at 5 p.m. on KSVPTV.com. Keep up with games all season long by clicking the Goddard Rockets or Roswell Coyotes tab at KSVPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's Sports Authority.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The verb form of the word run has been calculated to have almost 650 different meanings. So think about that the next time you run up your tab at the bar and then run into a friend while you run away from the bartender. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning is a lot of folks. We have members of the RHS band and band boosters. I'm just going to throw names out. I haven't formally said we got to talking, and I didn't get everybody. But we got Aiden Donahue. Which one's Aiden? You're Aiden. Good morning, Aiden. Jordan Island. Jordan?
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you. And then John Donahue and Julie Donahue.
Yes.
Good morning, guys. How you doing? And we also have Chris Samuels as well. Good morning, everybody. First, thanks for getting up early. And did you all get out of school, get to go in school a little bit later this morning?
Yeah.
You're welcome. He's like, but I had to get up earlier, so no, it's not a thing. So,
hey, they're band students. They're used to getting up early.
That's right. I imagine your days start probably earlier than students not in band or students who are just going to school in the morning. Huh?
And it's band they're missing.
Well, even worse. So, well, let's talk a little bit about some of the things you guys have done. I've heard you guys had some successes here. I kind of want to let you guys share it because I'll semi-tell it right, and I'd rather have you guys do it. Talk about the achievement you guys just had.
Well, it all started off, we first, me and Aiden Donahue went to a drum major camp in Texas Tech.
Okay.
And it was there we learned a bit of leadership skills, how to direct and conduct the band, and a bit of teaching skills as well.
Okay.
And it was just, overall, it was a pretty cool experience.
Okay.
Getting to go, especially in Texas, you know, everyone's like, those kids are from New Mexico, from Roswell even, you know.
So was that a thing? Like, people were like, Roswell?
Yeah. It was like we were foreigners or something, I guess.
Especially when you made an alien joke, then it just got worse.
It's like, why aren't your uniforms green?
Turn the lights off.
There you go. So let's explain for our audience here, because not everybody's familiar with band and things. Talk about the role of the drum major in the band. That's kind of, is that the leader of the line, so to speak? Kind of give people that aren't familiar with band a little background on what the drum major and what that role serves.
So every band, well, almost every band has a marching band has a drum major.
Okay.
And it's first and foremost like the student leadership. That's what it is.
Okay.
And then secondarily, it's the person who conducts the band.
Okay.
We went to a contest where there was a band who had a drum major who wasn't conducting; they were marching in the field.
Okay.
So that's what's like first and foremost, it's leadership.
Gotcha.
We're a bit different at our school. We have a whole bunch of other small leadership roles under the drum major.
Okay.
So you got one or two drum majors. So this year was me and Jordan.
Okay.
Then you have the drum captain, which this year was a senior drummer named Aaron.
Okay.
And then we just recently, last year, added color guard back into the band.
Nice.
So we have a color guard captain and a rifle captain.
Okay. Now, I'm curious, is there, and maybe this is the band director, but is there like a coordinator of all? Because I'm obviously, when you guys are working in concert and doing a show all together, that's a lot of moving parts. Someone's got to kind of wrangle it. Who serves that role?
So that is the band director and the assistant band director.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a few assistant band directors, but right now, this year, it was just the band director was Dr. Gomez and the assistant band director was Dr. Barella.
Okay, very cool. So because that's the thing, it's not like a choir or an orchestra. I mean, you're there, you got your spot. You know, you got to focus on your music playing. But with marching band and everything else, it's a whole choreography. It's I would say, and I'm just spitballing here. Playing music's the easy part of the process here. Can you guys share a little bit about what it takes to do all that stuff and like what kind of like how much practice, training? I mean, what's some of that involved? Because I bet it's pretty intense. But most people probably don't realize. They just come out and see you guys, go on, you guys show up at halftime and do this great show, and people just like, that was great. And they, you know what I mean? They don't understand the hours of preparation that went behind that 15-minute show you just watched there.
Yeah, no, it's a tough process, honestly. When I was a marcher, my freshman year, my junior year, going on the field, especially for the first time, my freshman year, I was in my mind. I'm like, am I even going to get this down? Am I going to be able to do all of this, together with the music? Because you got to memorize the music first of all, and that's a whole, 5-15 minutes of music you have to have up here in your head.
Sure.
And then you got to put it with the steps. So it takes a lot of mental thinking first off to choreography is what you said?
Sure, choreograph it, yeah.
Yeah. And second all, what we do is we practice every day. Every day you got to be out there early, out of bed, at the field at 6.
Yeah.
And then even we would have after-school rehearsals where we'd get done around 8 at night, 9? Yeah.
Man, so you're up early and staying up late doing this. And, oh, by the way, they're full-time students and have to go and get good grades and prepare for their future and all that other thing, too. Yeah. That whole going to school thing.
Yeah, they have to stay eligible. They have to keep at least a 2.0 GPA.
Yeah.
And most of these kids are keeping higher than that.
They're going exceeding that.
And,
that
I mean, even
standard, yeah.
a good chunk of the kids are in honor classes, so that takes even more time.
Absolutely.
And they're not just involved in band. Some of them are involved in sports. Some of them are involved in choir or drama club or anything like that. So it's not just band that they do. They try to do just about everything.
Sure.
These guys are both in tennis.
Okay. What's easier?
Tennis. Oh, 100%.
I'm going to get him in trouble doing that.
If I mess up on tennis, I still have fun. If I mess up in band, I'm just sad.
Sure. Well, you know what? All joking aside, tennis is a whole different animal. I mean, yes, there's a team concept and you're on a team, but at the end of the day, it's just you and your opponent, or if it's a doubles, But I mean, it's just kind of you out there. Where the band, it's 1,000 moving parts. You know what I mean? And if everybody's doing their job, it looks great. But when that one person turns left when you're supposed to go right, or whatever it is, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So I would imagine the pressure's on because not so much you want to give a good performance, but you don't want. You guys have all of your bandmates have been spending countless hours here, and you don't want to be the one that says, "Oops, I screwed it all up for us." You know what I mean? Yeah. There's that going on in the back of your head a little bit too. So let me ask for you guys. Now that you guys are in leadership roles here, how does that change for you guys? I mean, because now you get the added responsibility of not only understanding and learning your parts, but you got to make sure the rest of everybody else is on the same page here too. How has that challenge been so far for you guys?
I feel like it was pretty cool because me and Aiden, because we're drum majors this year, we didn't actually get to march on the field because we were conducting the band.
Gotcha.
But during the process of learning the piece that we were doing, the El Matador y la Rosa is what it's called, we got to help our fellow bandmates also learn their parts. We got like our own scores for the marching where you're supposed to go, and it shows your spots on the field, and we got to help out our fellow, like our sections. I'm the brass section, and he gets the woodwinds.
Okay.
And so we got to help out a little with the band director and the assistant band director in bringing the piece together and helping our bandmates find their spots and get it all worked out.
So do you find as much enjoyment as the directing and conducting side as you did in the playing and performing side? Or is it, fun but in a different way, or are you kind of like, I miss playing a little bit?
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I didn't, because of COVID, I only got one marching season.
Oh, yeah. So forget about that. You guys are dealt with COVID, so nothing you guys have done is normal the last 3 years.
Like, I marched my freshman year, on an instrument I don't play anymore because I didn't like it. So
Okay.
I had a generally bad time. I wasn't the best marcher. Last year we didn't have anything, and this year I'm up on the podium conducting. So I think it was a better experience. I enjoyed it a lot more than marching.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, and that's just it. Sometimes, it's like do a sports analogy here. When you look at like some NFL coaches and things, some of the greatest NFL coaches, they weren't the best players. You know what I mean? They they understand the X's and O's, but God gives us certain abilities, and sometimes He gives them to other people. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what goes on there. So for you, I'm thinking, but I almost think yours is probably more opportunity. If you had a normal non-COVID year and you got to play fully and stuff, maybe that would be a little bit different. But who knows? You never know. But I'm glad you enjoy being on the other side of the stand there a little bit and doing some of that. What I got to ask this too: has there been any advances in uniforming and things where you guys aren't wearing the big heavy wool? I mean, is there
No, we're still wearing those super thick uniforms.
I mean, I can't imagine. Look at sneakers we wear now versus sneakers we wore like 30 years ago. Best we had like back then was those Chuck Taylors, which they're cool, but compared to some of the other shoes, comfort and breathability, it ain't the best there. I'm just thinking, in all these years of marching band, can't we come up with a uniform that doesn't cook everybody?
Well, we were in Albuquerque for a competition, and there was a band that had skin tight spandex.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, man,
how did you feel
lucky.
about that?
I was jealous.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the uncomfortable tight spandex, but like the really stretchy kind that just fits to your body.
Okay.
And I was like, man, they're gonna be so cool and comfortable the rest of the day while the rest of us have to wear these uniforms.
I ain't gonna lie, if you made me wear that, I'm like, where's the tuba? Where's that the big? I want the biggest instrument covering my body as possible. Oh man. So let's talk about what. So now that we're getting here into the spring and everything, what's on tap for you guys as far as competitions and things? What do you guys got coming up? What's some of the stuff, and hopefully COVID doesn't mess that stuff up. I imagine you guys are probably getting into more stuff now versus the last couple years where things were getting canceled on you.
I can tell you about doing more this year in October, which is what we call Bandtober.
Mm-hmm.
They went to 5 different competitions for marching.
Nice.
So,
well, it was nice, but it was very tiring.
I would imagine, nice is cool to get to do it, but exhausting is, because by the way, you guys, it's not all up the street. You guys go all over the state doing this stuff. So
we went to Denver City, we went to Rio Rancho, we went to Albuquerque, we went to Portales, we went to Artesia.
Okay. Very cool. So you guys are seeing the good hunk of stuff. Is that the fun part for you guys, going and traveling and seeing other communities and getting out and doing it? I don't know, do you guys have a lot of experience doing it outside of this, or is that kind of a unique thing for you to get to see other parts of the state?
I do tend to travel a lot.
Okay.
And I went to Lubbock the other week and saw the Denver City sign and almost made the wrong turn. But I'm pretty used to it. I enjoy the trips.
Okay.
I almost enjoy them more than performing because it's I get a bond with people.
Sure.
And it's really fun. We went to 2 out-of-town games too.
Okay.
So we got 2 really long bus drives to was it Clovis and Hobbs?
Oh yeah.
So same part of the state, but
Very
it was
good.
they were fun. We got a bond, have community. The boosters made us food.
Oh,
which was nice. But to our Albuquerque contest, one of the buses broke down. So a lot of us just hopped in our parents' cars because it was the last competition and drove home.
I know that feeling. I've told this story on the radio before, but I was involved in Scouts, Boy Scouts when I was a kid, and in northern New Mexico, there's a major Boy Scout ranch called Philmont Scout Ranch. You've probably heard of it. It's a big deal in Scouts across the country. I'm from Maryland originally, and so when I was a little bit younger than you guys, I got an opportunity to go to Philmont from Maryland, where I'm from, and it was a 3-day bus trip. And somewhere in the middle of Kansas. You ever been through Kansas? You think New Mexico's boring and flat. Kansas it's boring and flat with weeds or wheat. I don't know what you call it. but we broke down right in smack dab and made in a place that made Roswell look like New York City. Okay, it was small. And so we sat there literally on the curb for like 4 hours waiting for them to get the bus fixed. They got the bus fixed. However, there was no air conditioning once they fixed the bus. So we went from Kansas to New Mexico for the next day and a half with 50 smelly dudes going to go backpack in the mountains for 10 days. Yeah, that was a fun bus trip. So I know exactly of what you speak. So let me ask for you guys, what's the fun? Like I said, you guys do the competitions. You do some of the, obviously do home games here. You get to do a couple of the road games during football season things. What's the more fun one? Is it the competitions or is it the band? Is it the football game performances? What's kind of the one you get more excited for? Or is it equal? I mean, I say that like
sometimes it's really like, so we go to the football games and you'll see us out there. You'll see us dancing, having a good time. For me, that's really where it's at.
Sure.
It's really fun right there.
Yeah.
Because especially this year, because of the COVID that happened recently, a lot of our old tradition and dances haven't really caught on. And so what we have done is we're making like new ones.
You got to reintroduce them and come. Well, that could be a blessing in disguise because there are some traditional dances you're like, I hate that thing. Why do we keep doing that? Now you get a chance to fix it for you. So,
but then also on the competition side, it's really fun when this whole group has come together to put on this spectacular performance, and then afterwards you just achieve something great, and then you get like 7th place in Denver City.
Sure.
Out
of 22.
Especially because we've
Which
never.
is great. Yeah, he's put that in.
I think it was
like,
23.
Yeah. But it was they made it to the finals for the first time.
That's great.
First time ever.
So let me, Aid, let me ask you, do you have a preference, or do you like doing the competitions? Do you like doing the football games or those performances?
I don't know, it's kind of equal.
Okay.
I would definitely say I enjoy away games more than home games.
Okay.
It's a lot more fun going out of town, especially. I've over time gotten to meet a lot of people from other bands.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Jordan particularly had a very nice experience with the Hobbs drum majors all 3 times we ran into them.
Cool.
Was it them that we got on the knee for? Or was that? Yeah,
it was them.
Yeah, we got on the knee for them and gave them all roses individually, one by one. One of them almost cried. We did the same thing to Lovington, except
cool.
I didn't get on a knee because I was giving one to the girl drum major. He was giving one to the guy drum major, so he got on a knee and gave it to him.
Okay.
So
I carried him away.
That was a fun one. Let's see.
I think one of the things that as parents that we really enjoy about the competitions is seeing our kids interact with the other kids.
Sure.
Seeing them go up and say, "Hey, your show was really great," or "I like your uniforms," or whatever. We even had when one of the competitions in Albuquerque, for some reason, one of the instruments didn't get loaded. And one of the other schools, actually was Goddard, loaned. It was a trombone or something.
Yeah, it was their trombone section leader.
That's
so
cool.
that our student didn't miss out.
That's great.
And so, but there's, we talk about band being a family, which is true, but it's an extended family too, because every band student, every band parent is part of our extended family.
Yeah, and I've heard that through like for instance, Denise, Chris's wife here. I used to back when we used to do tailgate parties before the games and things, and we talk with the band boosters and things, and that was always a universal state. It's like, we go to competitions and we go to compete, but at the end of the day, we're all on the same team. We all have a passion for the music and for band, and at the end of the day, we all want to help each other out. And we may be going head to head out on that field in front of the experts here, but like you said, when the performance is over here, then we're all congratulating each other and making sure everybody's okay and looking out for each other. And like you said, band gets. How often would you say that in like sports world where it's like, hey, they forgot their helmets. Oh, we got some. That's kind of. I don't think that happened, but you know what I mean. I don't see that happening in that circle.
Yeah, and we have experiences like that all the time. Like my freshman year, we did one out of town game, and it was to Los Lunas. It was for the state championship. It was the second time in a row we won. We got there, and the stands were completely full, and they gave away the band section and sold tickets for it. So then the Los Lunas band, who we'd previously met during at a home game earlier in the season, who came around the field, got on a knee, and watched us perform.
Oh, cool.
So we already liked them. They came around without us asking and brought stacks and stacks of chairs for us to sit on.
That's awesome. That's cool.
We got to actually sit down a little bit throughout the game.
Good deal.
It was nice to interact with them. I didn't get to meet any of them sadly that year, but
that's cool that they were like, hey, we're going to look out for our people here and come and do that. That's pretty cool. And I would imagine if these teams come to the Wool Bowl here, you guys are doing the same thing for all these different bands and things. That's kind of the world it is.
Our teacher came by. And me and Jordan, we met their drum major. His name's Bailey. He's a really nice guy. We met him at drum major camp. He was one of the 5 New Mexico drum majors there.
Okay.
So he came by. We ran across after halftime and talked to him for a few minutes, and then we had to bolt across to go back and be part of the band. But,
good deal. I wonder how often that because we're New Mexico. It's small towns, communities. A lot of people know each other, but I wonder how often, say, some students end up going to NMMI or Eastern or one of these and end up. Hey, I was a drum major at RHS. I was a drum major at Artesia. Next thing you know, your guys are on the same band at Eastern or at NMMI or someplace like that. I imagine that happens more often than not here too. So that's pretty cool. People and meet and things like that. So what's I'm curious. Before I want to plug our car wash, some of the things you got coming up, but I'm curious about your future plans now. What do you guys want to do after high school? What are your goals and dreams? What do you want to do with yourselves?
Well, I'm not going to be continuing band, I don't think.
Okay.
I'm going to be going into a trade school for diesel mechanics.
Okay.
But I still do plan on pursuing music.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
You can do it in your free time and do it whenever the mood strikes you.
Yeah, because what I want is I want to go into working on cars, which is another passion of mine.
Okay.
But then I also want to keep my musical talent because I like that. And I was thinking that, hey, I've got this in the future. And in the future, I could meet up with some of my buddies, especially in the band. I got a couple of senior buddies. And we're thinking in the future we could, go do some side gigs, have fun with it, jam out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the beauty of what you guys have, the skill sets and things. Maybe the marching won't translate, unless you go in the military. But as far as the music playing and all that stuff, that's, I mean specifically because in actuality, the marching and everything taught you a lot. The discipline, the teamwork, all those ancillary things that we as humans can't really learn in a classroom. You guys got it all through there, and I can see that in just the way you guys carry yourselves and talk and speak, and you seem like a couple of good young men here and excited for your future. So you're a car guy, huh? Good deal. So so if you're a car guy, do you have like a car that you've paid like $50 for and you've been like working on for the last?
That's what it looks like.
I was your age too. I know that. I too had a $50 car. My first car was a '78 Buick Regal. It was sky blue, and I paid $50 for it. So I know that pain. I'm just curious.
I wish I could get like even a body for $50, man. No, there's a shop that I work at, and there's a 1990 Impala there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all broken down, but it's coming.
so and that's kind of, now are you kind of wanting to put it together yourself here, or are you kind of working with family or something?
I'm not sure if I'll have time before I leave to put it all together, but it's kind of just a me thing.
Sure. Well, again, another skill set that they can, you know what I mean? You learn it, and obviously you're having career aspirations here for some of that. So I imagine that'll be the first of many projects in your future here. What about for you, and what's your plans after high school?
So I still have 1 more year of high school.
Okay.
But after that, I plan on taking a break here.
Okay.
Getting my life together, join the National Guard.
Okay.
And then I want to go to either TCU or GCU.
Okay.
Depending on just which one calls me there more.
Okay.
And I want to becoming a worship pastor.
Very good. So you want to go pursue the ministry and things like that while serving in the Guard too?
Yes.
Curious. You have a aspiration or thing you want to do in the Guard? Certain career staff?
Just extra paycheck, and they pay for my college.
Very good. I know if you lean towards mechanical or I was a bomb loader in the Air Force, so I know a little bit about that too.
And Mom wouldn't mind if he ended up in one of the military bands too.
You know what? I'm thinking anyway. All right. Don't laugh or don't judge. But when I was in basic training for the Air Force, and this was in '96, They have, in basic training, if you have band skills and things, you can ask them, and they put you in a different squadron, and they have the band squadron. And pardon the pun, but they called it Beat and Blow. That was the name of, you want to be in the Beat and Blow squadron? That's where you can go. I didn't name it. That's what they called it. But I remember like day 2, day 3, people like, anybody play music? And next thing you know, the group they got another squadron. So maybe when you go to, because you're going to go to basic. Yeah, sorry. That's what they do. And who knows? Maybe you can get an opportunity through that. And next thing you know, you might be a guardsman because that's how they start. And like when you see the Marine Corps band or the Navy, that's how they start. Is anybody play an instrument, basic training, and that kind of the way. I mean, if you want to pursue that path, there's a direct way, but a lot of times someone just stumble into it a little bit. So. But yeah, when you're in basic and someone says you want to beat and blow or whatever they call it in 2024, sign up. So very cool. So let's talk about this weekend. You guys are going to be out at the Diamond Shamrock. Now, what does Last Chance Car Wash mean? Because Sean got nervous. This is the last car wash he's ever going to get. So
it's for the kids are going to New Orleans.
Okay.
And it's an expensive trip.
I bet it is.
And just some of them need a little bit more help to help finish off the amount. So
And it's last chance because the final payment's due March 15th.
Gotcha. So it's last chance for you guys. We can keep getting car washed.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll make sure we come and tell Sean every time we have a car wash. So that way we'll have 2 a year so he can get it washed at least twice.
Well, he may need reminders, so scare him every time. You know, he especially if you have an oil change session. I'm just kidding. That's another joke for another day. But you guys are going to be out at the Diamond Shamrock on South Main, 225 South Main, from 9 a.m. to 2. I think I pointed the wrong way. I don't know. I have a bad sense of direction. Excuse me. But you're going to be out there from 9 to 2, and come hungry, it sounds like. You guys are going to have a bunch of food trucks. Love's Kitchen, Stellar Satellite. Is that...
That's the coffee one that's with Casa.
Okay. I didn't know they had a mobile version.
It's actually really cool. You need to have them on the radio sometime.
Okay.
It's a program for some of the youth that are struggling.
Okay.
And they're teaching them life skills.
Okay.
But it's a combination of Casa and the Stellar.
That's what a great idea.
It is.
So come on out and participate in that. Arctic Bunker.
That's the one with, it's the snow cone from, with Roswell Community Disaster Relief.
Nice.
Case.
Bubba's Pit Stop.
Barbecue.
Barbecue, that's that kind of figure. And I Chihuahua.
They said wings and all kinds of stuff.
Italian. I'm just kidding. And of course, Fat Man's Beef Jerky be out there selling
well, actually,
jerky.
we'll have that. We actually just did a Fat Man's fundraiser.
Okay, so you guys are going to be...
We're going to have some extras out that day.
Okay.
And then the other one, the Crash
Site Candies.
Crash Site Candies. Somebody asked, hey, can we put a booth out? I said, sure.
Cool. So it's going to be fill your belly and clean your vehicle. Yes. And then, of course, while you're at Diamond Shamrock, put some gas in before they crank up the gas prices a little bit more here. By the way, and I don't know why I'm telling everybody this because I really shouldn't, the best air hose in town is at that Diamond Shamrock in the back.
Oh, that's good.
If you go behind the gas station, you need to air up your tires. I don't know. It's free and it works. It's just... It's never... It's
hard to find one in...
Well, the little knobs are never stolen. It's all, every time... when I need air, I swear, I'm not joking. I go to this Diamond... I don't even mess with trying to look around. I was going to the Diamond Shamrock. I know they got a good one. And usually every time there's a couple people waiting, it's a line. Where I'm telling you, it's the good air hose.
You just revealed all my secrets.
See, he's like, dude, you knew that. You knew that, didn't you? It was the good air hose. But... Come and get your car washed.
And the other thing is the community has been so supportive of the band this year. We have, every time we ask, they have just given so much.
That's awesome.
And we wanted to give back. Last year we did a car wash in the fall, and we had a blast. We had a lot of parents, a lot of kids, and we knew whether we needed to raise money or not, we wanted to do another car wash because it was fun.
Gotcha.
I didn't have to touch a single car because there were people who enjoyed that. I got to do the talking to people. And we had a lot of fun.
Cool.
And we wanted to give back to the community, and we were thinking of how we could do that. And we know that Enrique with Roswell Community Disaster Relief just does a ton of stuff for the community.
He's all over the place, helping people.
So he's going to have his truck out there. He wasn't able to come and join us this morning.
Okay.
But I asked him about what kind of things they need. They actually don't need any donations right now. They're
Really?
they're pretty good on their actual products.
Foods and things that they give out. Yeah.
And because they have to rotate things through. But they do, he said, biggest thing is money. It costs a lot to run the buses.
So if they could use some
gas.
cash donations,
Right.
things like that.
I will put up, I'll send you the link with all of his different ways you can donate. But if
Okay.
you look on Facebook, he has an Amazon wish list for the things that they need.
Okay, so if you want to do some
They do
shopping direct
Cash
to there.
App. They have a lot of different ways to give. And he's going to be out there with his truck.
Okay.
But the other thing they need is volunteers.
So yeah, if you'd like to
They're-
come up and be helping with them on their
Right,
various
come out
events.
and meet them, find out what they need. They're getting ready to move into a new facility, so they need some help with like some physical work.
Okay.
So
So
lots of different choices.
if people are looking at a place to get involved in the community, want to help out, the community disaster relief could use your hands and heavy lifting right now here. And of course, if you'd like to help out, it sounds like the best way to help out right now is monetarily.
Right.
So maybe when you come and have a car wash or two, bring all your vehicles over. Bring some money for Roswell Community Disaster Relief, and then of course, and then the next difficult decision is which food truck you're going to hit up
Get
to
some
get
for me.
There you go. Well, you got dinner, dessert, you got the whole nine kind of covered there if you want. And
Well, and with this car wash too, we are splitting whatever we get in on Saturday. We're giving half of that to disaster relief.
Oh, cool.
So
half to get to New Orleans, half to get to help people.
Well, we pre-sold some tickets,
Okay.
and those pre-sold tickets that goes directly to
the
kids.
students there. Okay.
Any money that we get in on Saturday, we are splitting 50-50 with disaster relief.
Perfect.
So it's going to help us. It's going to help him. So
Good deal. So come out and learn more. Come out and get out, talk, chit chat with some of the band and some of the stuff. Obviously, with some of the food trucks and the folks from the community disaster relief here, and come out again. It's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Anytime during that window. This Saturday, March 5th, and it's going to be at the Diamond Shamrock on South Main, 225 South Main. Just really. It's the north-south of town.
Right.
It's just south of the downtown, really.
In fact, when I reached out to Main Street Roswell to see if they could share it, they're like, yeah, that's the cutoff is Alameda.
That's
so it's
right.
perfect.
We're officially Main Street ends there, and that's the magic line right there.
if there are any parents that are going to have band students coming in next year,
okay,
and if they've got questions, come to the car wash, get your car
Absolutely.
washed. You can ask. There's going to be numerous booster parents there.
Sure.
So you can ask us questions. We can kind of give you a heads up on what to expect to begin the season.
Yeah, as you take the reins as the booster parents. Because I think you guys want to retire and move on at some point.
Well, I've got
as
3
your
more
kids-
years. They've got 2. They've got
Next year.
next
Okay.
year. So
All right.
We'll have a senior.
I was about to say, you got younger siblings that got it?
No, just a baby.
Jordan does, though.
Sadly.
So again, this Saturday, 2 to 5 p.m. out at the Diamond. 9 to 2 p.m. At the Diamond Shamrock here. Come out. There's going to be lots of food trucks. Come hungry. Come out. Support the band. Support the Roswell Community Disaster Relief. Come have some fun. That's the other thing. Come out, enjoy, and I know the band will be busy washing cars. That's the whole thing, but. I imagine, it's a bunch of entertainers. I imagine somebody's going to be out there beating something or doing drumming or doing something. There's going to be some fun out there. So come have some fun. And of course, like you're saying, if you're a future band member or want to learn more, or maybe you're new to town and just coming in and say, hey, I want to learn more about the Roswell High Band and stuff. Come be, or maybe there's some old band heads out there that are like, yeah, I remember my band days. I'm going to go help the local band. Come by and get your car wash or, swap band stories, whatever, have some fun with us. So I do want to ask one more thing for you guys. Anybody want to say hi to any friends, family, girlfriends, anything like that?
I think I got mom watching.
Okay. I don't want to get you guys in trouble, but you're on the radio. I don't want you.
That
I don't
first
want you
time
not,
on the radio, but it's a good experience.
Got to recognize the family and friends and things like that.
I know she's not watching, but hi, Alice.
Okay. Everybody else is saying, and I've also opened you up because if you mention one and you miss somebody, you're going to be in trouble. So I apologize for that, but I wanted to give you a chance. Anybody else want to say hi to or anything?
Oh,
Or anything you guys wanted to say that we that I got skipped, or anything you want to make sure that we talk
about? We skipped over our contest this semester.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I haven't been to one, so go ahead and you can speak about it.
Next story.
Jordan was in honor band, or what was it?
I was in All-State and All-District.
Nice.
Both of them.
Congratulations.
You've been to a contest once.
All-State actually got canceled, sadly, because of the COVID restrictions.
Unfortunately, you guys have been dealing a lot with that for the last 3 years. So.
But I did get to go to All-District, which was a pretty fun experience.
Okay.
Yeah. Him and then, one other player did too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, another player, Jose. I'm not aware of his last name. Rodriguez. But our contest, I went to a contest my freshman year.
Okay.
And it was a different band director, but it was a unique experience. It was pretty cool how you go in and you sit down and you take in, all this realization. There's no one in the audience but 3 judges. We got one straight looking at you.
That's gotta be more intimidating than a room full of people. I'm guessing.
Then you just got two on the side, and then they're writing on their papers. You never see them look at you. They're just listening all the time. But it's a cool little experience because you don't know how any other band has performed either.
Gotcha.
It's just you and your bandmates all there, and you're just gonna play some music. And
gotcha.
I mean, you're gonna get judged on it, but really, y'all have come together to create this, and really, at the end of it, you feel good about it.
Sure. It's like, hey, I'm on the stage, I own this, and it's mine.
Yeah.
And you made a thing of it. That's awesome. Good deal. Well, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
That's all. And congratulations to both of you and the successes here and all the band here, and good luck in the coming months here and competitions and things, and of course, come on out this Saturday. Come out, meet some of the band. Come get your car washed. Come have some food. Come help the band boosters, the band, and the Roswell Community Disaster Relief all this Saturday between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Diamond Shamrock on South Main, 225 South Main. And then if you want to hear some more things that the band's done, I'll be in between cars, of course. We got to get the cars through. So, thank you guys. Congratulations, and we'll see you again soon. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you guys, and I might be seeing you soon when my car breaks down. Just give me a heads up. I tend to break things a lot. So, all right, it is 7:56. Let's do a quick business update. Quick break. Don't go away.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. In the days since the West imposed sanctions on Russia over its invasion of Ukraine, ordinary Russians are feeling the painful effects from payment systems that won't operate, problems withdrawing cash, and not being able to purchase certain items. Dozens of foreign and international companies have pulled their business out of Russia. Major car brands halted exports of their vehicles. Boeing and Airbus suspended supply of aircraft parts and service to Russian airlines. Major Hollywood studios halted their film releases, and the list will likely continue. Amazon is confirming it's closing all of its bookstores as well as its 4-star shops and pop-up locations. The company said Wednesday that the move, which affects 66 stores in the United States and 2 in the United Kingdom, enables it to concentrate its efforts on Amazon Fresh, Whole Foods Market, its convenience concept called Amazon Go, and its upcoming Amazon Style stores. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
When I'm ready for new furniture, I don't want to wait for it. I go to Glenn's Furniture, where everything is ready for immediate delivery. Beautiful power reclining furniture, gorgeous dining room sets and bedroom sets, and the world's most comfortable mattresses. Glenn's has the quality furniture I'm looking for at the best prices around, in stock and ready to go home. So don't wait around. Hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, delivering for free since 1953.
Celebrate spring break at the Spring River Zoo with one of their exciting day camps. Each day is a separate camp where children will enjoy animal-themed crafts and games, fun educational activities, a guided tour of the zoo, and amazing encounters with the animals for children aged 4 through 6. Events will take place March 14th and 15th from 8 a.m. till noon. For children aged 7 to 12, themed camps will take place March 16th, 17th, and 18th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call the Spring River Zoo at 575-624-6750 or visit roswellconnect.org for information and to reserve your ticket.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit nationalguard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Even with another round of peace talks getting underway, the Russians continue spreading death and destruction across Ukraine. Putin's war now into its second week as the Russians claim to have taken a key southern port city, although Kiev remains in Ukrainian hands.
Well, we've just had an address by the country's defense minister, Alexei Reznikov. He talks about Ukrainian forces destroying enough tanks to supply numerous armies. He hammers down on his claim, his belief, that Ukraine will win this war.
The BBC's James Waterhouse in Ukraine's capital.
I don't think anyone below us in the bomb shelter or patrolling the streets is going to be breathing a sigh of relief. Despite the stalling of that sizable Russian convoy, army chiefs here say they believe more Russian troops are moving around the borders to the north of Belarus and are moving down to join that Russian convoy.
Reports that China asked Vladimir Putin to hold off on the invasion until after the Winter Olympics, which Putin did, China denouncing the report as a blame-shifting diversion. The UN reports more than 1 million people have fled Ukraine, many of them women and children. Also from the UN, the death toll, at least 227 civilians killed, 525 wounded so far. The employment picture continues to brighten. The Labor Department reports the number of people applying for jobless benefits dropped last week, falling 18,000 from the previous week to 215,000. New poll from Virginia's Roanoke College giving new Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin high marks. A majority of Virginians approving of the job Youngkin is doing after a couple of months, and his approval rating 9 points higher among Virginians than that of President Biden. The Dow's up 177 points, the NASDAQ ahead 9. More on these stories at townhall.com.
We have a 12-year-old German Shepherd named Sophie, and she became overweight, stinky, greasy coat, and lifeless almost. Then about 4 years ago, we found out she had several vertebrae fused together. She was unable to walk. The vet told us Sophie was going to have to be euthanized. I thought, I've got to do something. DINOVITE.com. I remember Sophie starting the Dynovite, and she from day one has loved it. She is no longer stinky. She is full of life. Dynovite healed Sophie. Dynovite is nutrition. I truly recommend that people not wait until the vet recommends euthanasia. You have to get them on Dynovite right away while they're healthy.
Dynovite for life.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynovite from DINOVITE.com.
Apparently, the Amazon bookstore idea didn't work out.
Amazon is closing all of its brick-and-mortar bookstores as well as its four-star shops and pop-up locations. The closures come as the online giant reworks its physical footprint. The move affects 66 stores in the U.S. and 2 in the United Kingdom. The Seattle-based company will now be able to concentrate its efforts on Amazon Fresh, Whole Foods Market, its convenience concept called Amazon Go, and its upcoming Amazon Style stores. Keith Peters reporting.
Hong Kong ramping up its testing capacity with the help of inflatable mobile labs as the city grapples with tens of thousands of COVID cases each day. The labs arrived from mainland China, where COVID got its start, ahead of a planned citywide testing of its more than 7 million residents later this month. It's part of a zero-tolerance COVID strategy that's enforced in China. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. Well, perhaps you've heard of some of the dangerous challenges that have gone viral on TikTok. Well, now, a coalition of states wants to know if the social media platform is putting kids in harm's way.
Attorneys general from a number of states have launched an investigation into TikTok for possible harmful effects on young people's mental health. In a news release, California Attorney General Rob Bonta said the nationwide investigation aims to determine if the popular video platform is violating the law and promoting itself to young users. Lawmakers and regulators have criticized the Beijing-based company for the computer algorithms they say can endanger users, promoting acts of vandalism, eating disorder, self-harm, and even suicidal ideation to young viewers. The company says they appreciate the focus on child safety and look forward to providing more information on protections they have for teens. I'm Jennifer King.
The NASDAQ is up 16 points, the S&P 19 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
That'd be the deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday. Hope it's going swimmingly for you.
Quite nicely.
Yeah. Just like a comfortable pair of pants. Just goes on so smooth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not, still like slightly wet out of the shower trying to put the pants on. They get stuck on the leg, and so you're like stumbling, trying to get them on, jumping on one leg, and then you fall and, accidentally elbow your son. Nothing like that. None of that. No.
Why don't you just slide right on?
Yeah.
Mine are sweatpants. Well, happy Thursday. Hope you're having a good one. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow is First Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll have folks from Main Street Roswell on tomorrow at the 9 o'clock hour to talk about it. But, First Friday, I know Matthew Palmer's going to be over at Stiller Coffee performing. Dr. Seuss, I think, is reading, and now that's the theme for tomorrow night. I know. Right. I saw Imagine That had a post on their Facebook page. They're going to be doing a bunch of Dr. Seuss things over at Imagine That tomorrow night and everything else. So there's a lot on. We'll tune in tomorrow in the 9 o'clock hour, and we'll have the folks from Main Street Roswell join us and give us the rundown of what's happening there. Did I bring it in here? I think I left it in the air. They're also doing a cap sorting thing on Saturday, but I left the flyer in the other room, so I don't have all the. But I know this Saturday. I'll go grab it when I get a chance and let everybody know. But yeah, this Saturday they're doing a bottle cap sorting for the benches. Yeah, it's not sorting blue ones here. They're doing it.
There's a reason. Yeah. Come on, kids. We're just gonna put caps into piles.
All you bring out your OCD folks and come on out and let's sort by color, shape, and size.
I have a friend who's super crafty, and she makes. Here's the thing: she always has decorations for each holiday, but there's not a lot of decorations for certain holidays, like St. Patrick's Day. Her birthday is close to St. Patrick's Day, so she always makes a big deal out of it. So she made this pot of gold thing, and she put the word "lucky" on it.
Okay.
But the way that she did it, it's slightly off center.
Okay.
I can't even.
By design?
No! By accident.
Okay.
But I can't look at it.
It drives you nuts?
It's so cool. It's such a cool craft thing, but it just that word being slightly off, I'm like,
it drives you nuts, huh?
Oh my God.
I can see that.
It's like I just want to adjust it a little bit. Just take it off, move it like an inch over, and then re-glue it. Be fine. I didn't want to be mean. She was so proud of it. She's like, "Isn't this cute?" I'm like, "It's adorable."
Is she a big fan of the show? You might have just told her.
No, she's not. No.
I'm just saying,
No, we had this conversation after the fact.
Okay.
I'm like,
you get a text later.
I told her. I did tell her. I was like, you do understand this is off center, right? And I asked, "Is this on purpose?" She goes, "No, it just happened that way." Well, I didn't mean to, make you see it a certain way. You ever have that where like you love something and then somebody points one thing out and that's all you can see? I didn't want to ruin it for her.
Right.
So
you did.
Hopefully I didn't. Hey, all our other deco is awesome.
I gotta be honest. I'm not a holiday decor guy. I've never liked that. I'm not a guy that likes to decorate for holidays.
Right.
I don't get the point of it. I don't. I know I'm a curmudgeon on this and a minority, but I just, it's not my thing.
You also have to understand this is it's definitely in her nature to be the party planner. Like this is one of those situations where when you call somebody or text somebody and say, "Hey, what you doing?" What's the answer you usually give? Nah, nothing.
Nothing. Yeah,
hanging out.
Sure, just hanging out. Yeah.
Tie-dyeing a shower curtain. Huh? Yeah, just tie-dyeing a shower curtain. Okay. All right. At least you had an answer.
It's true.
Yep.
And be honest, they're the more right people.
I'm telling you.
What I do and say is not correct or good.
No, not at all. I wish I had the kind of motivation that she has.
But it's what I do.
Honestly.
Yeah. I'm just not,
I'm real good at holding down a couch.
People are gonna make fun of us, but like at Christmas, our decorating consists of hanging 2 stockings, and that's pretty much it.
Dude, I was so proud of myself this year that I went to Dollar Tree and really splurged. Got some deco for the house.
Yeah?
Yeah, really. I zhuzhed it up.
It spared no expense.
That's right. Spared some expense.
Today our theme is paper.
Be amazed how much tinsel you could buy for $1.25.
I just and maybe because I have cats, so I'm like, all right, the tree's gonna be a nightmare. I don't even want to mess with that because the cats are gonna go. And then you know what? And I don't give the cats the benefit of the doubt. I really haven't given them an opportunity. I mean, we've had the pets and we've had trees, and I don't remember any catastrophic thing other than the occasional,
ornament on the floor.
Yeah. But I don't know, just in my head, and to be honest, we've never had a tree with Bella in the house, my youngest cat.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie. If anybody's going to take out a tree, that's the cat to do it. And so I'm kind of like...
That's the thing is when I put my tree up this year, there was some disturbance, but most of it had to do with Tony. Like Stefan just leaves. He generally just walks by. He's a cool cat.
Yeah.
Couldn't be bothered.
But that Tony, giving you problems all over the place.
Dude, I'm telling you, he's a rambunctious toddler is what he is.
How old have you had, or how long have you had Tony?
About 7 months now.
Okay, and it's
actually about almost a year now.
And toddler, Tony's was a kitten. Is now
got him fresh out.
Sized.
So got him like 6 months old.
Kitten at heart.
Yeah, very much.
Oh well.
Curious, inquisitive. I'm gonna get him back. All right. For all those haters out there, they're like, Sean's talking about just letting his cat go out into the wild and feral. No, I'm gonna get him back. It upsets me that I get him back and he clearly doesn't want to be there. I have to go get him fixed.
Well, it is what it is.
That's honestly the biggest problem is I need to get him fixed. He's due.
Well, that's what. Yeah, you need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna come back with more cats.
Well, not mine. He's male.
That's true. I guess so. Unless he brings his.
He just brings she had nowhere to stay. You got an extra room. Could you let her in? I don't know why I gave Tony that accent.
Sean, I'm married.
You just hear you want to meet the family?
Hey, set up a ballot in the bathroom. I got company.
This is Tanya. That's not a name. I just called it that. Because Mittens is hard to say with this accent.
We do this because your cat's named Tony. That's why.
I know.
Tony Soprano.
I was like, I don't know why I gave him, and then I was like, I know exactly why I gave him this accent.
I'm surprised there wasn't a few forget about it's in there.
Leave the door. I was like, hey, you're gonna get mad at me for going out, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey, can you stay in the house? Forget about it. You think I'll stay in the house?
You gonna stay in this Pakaka
house? You got any problems?
That's the one thing
I always got about Italians. Like, we say mozzarella or lasagna, and they don't finish any of those words. Like, you like some gabagool?
Mozzarella.
And you're like, what? Mozzarella? Is that what you're saying?
It's funny how like they'll just be talking though, like in a normal, almost no accent.
Yeah.
And then they say, so what you're going to want to do here is add some of the mozzarella. It's like, no. That's exactly what we do here in New Mexico when we're like just talking like this, and then we say stuff like barrio, or
yeah.
We have to.
Yeah, that's a. I think all cultures do that.
I feel the need to
when they start getting into their
regionalize
culture,
it. Yeah,
they get back into accent. I remember, and I think I've told this story before, a while ago, but there was a reporter, and I think for ABC, KOAT. And her name was Cynthia Isaguirre.
Isaguirre, yes.
Yeah. And when she first started, she was kind of just Cynthia Isaguirre. But then as she kind of becoming, she ended up going to Texas or something after her. But
there was a trill added.
She was kind of getting, promoted and becoming a bigger beat reporter and, sitting in an anchor chair and all that. And once that was starting to happen, she went from Cynthia Isaguirre to Cynthia Isaguirre.
Isaguirre, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there was a point towards the end there where I'm like looking at my watch while she's doing the, trilling the R's there. So I think that's universal.
Yeah.
So and just Italians like you can't they feel like they're committing a sin against their culture if they say mozzarella.
Congratulations, Cynthia! You've been promoted. Your new name is Cynthia Isaguirre.
Poor lady's like, I just said my name. That's all I did. And these guys are making fun of me. I just noticed it got longer as she got more promotions. Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We're going to have the folks from the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association join us here. We're going to have, Desi Aguilar is going to be with us. Amy McVeigh-Teas will be with us. And also, I'm looking at my text here, and my phone's just being ornery here. Hold on. When you want technology to work well, it does not. It does not. We got Haley Gonzalez, the 2021 scholarship recipient, and then Amy McVeigh-Teas and Desi also joining us, Aguilar as well. So we're going to talk Leadership Roswell, team leadership signups. That deadline is tomorrow, so we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about the camp. We'll talk with the scholarship recipient. She's going to kind of give you a little bit of insight on what the camp's all about and the teen leadership stuff. So we're going to do all that here in just a few. Before we do any of that, though, let's take a look at your weather. Good news is I'm getting good weather updates from the National Weather Service now, so I can tell things after this.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm for the next few days, but we do have low pressure moving through the area, causing some gusty wind by tomorrow. Pretty nice today, a little bit breezy. We'll be in the low to mid 70s and partly sunny. Overnight, some clouds and mid 40s, and then gusty wind on Friday. Sunshine, and we'll hit the low 80s. Not as windy on Saturday and Sunday, mid 70s and fair. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. And currently, let me get up my weather because I was doing other things. Currently 44 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 24%. Winds currently out of the north at 7 miles per hour. Today, they're saying partly cloudy and 77. Winds will be out of the south 10 to 15. It's not as bad as what's coming. Tomorrow, we have a fire weather watch. That's going to kick in at 11. That will remain in effect through 6 p.m. tomorrow. That's because of the winds and all that. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, becoming sunny. Wind, that guess is as good as mine. But expect a high of 82 tomorrow. But winds are going to be breezy out of the south, 5 to 15 early, increasing 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour by tomorrow afternoon. For tomorrow night, clear skies with an overnight low of 40. Winds will still be breezy out of the southwest, 10 to 20. And then glancing at your weekend, sunny 73 for Saturday. Southwest winds 10 to 15 in the morning, 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour Saturday afternoon. Sunday, sunny and windy with a high of 69. And then we're going to be in the upper 50s to start your work week next week. So enjoy today. Enjoy your 80s tomorrow because cooling down a little bit after that. But it is southeast New Mexico. Just wait. Next week it'll be 100 or pouring down raining or 6 inches of snow. Who knows? We'll see what happens. All right, it is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break, and then we're going to talk with the folks from Leadership Roswell Alumni Association talking teen leadership. Deadline for signups is tomorrow. The event happening March 21st and 22nd. We'll talk all about it on the other side. Don't go away.
Celebrate spring break at the Spring River Zoo with one of their exciting day camps. Each day is a separate camp where children will enjoy animal-themed crafts and games, fun educational activities, a guided tour of the zoo, and amazing encounters with the animals for children aged 4 through 6. Events will take place March 14th and 15th from 8 a.m. till noon. For children aged 7 to 12, themed camps will take place March 16th, 17th, and 18th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call the Spring River Zoo at 575-624-6750 or visit roswellconnect.org for information and to reserve your ticket.
ENMU Roswell offers high school students the opportunity to get a head start on their college education journey into healthcare. Through the Allied Health Careers Pathway, high school learners can enroll in dual credit courses that introduce them to a wide range of careers that include emergency medical technician, paramedic, nursing, occupational therapy, respiratory therapy, medical assisting, phlebotomy, and nursing assistant. Start your healthcare career path at ENMU Roswell. Contact your high school counselor for more information.
Get Second Amendment savings now through the end of March at LGS Guns and Ammo. The authority for everything guns and ammo in Southeast New Mexico is having their annual high caliber tax refund sale. Save up to 15% on all accessories, 10% on all guns store-wide, and 15% off all Liberty safes. The annual high-caliber tax refund sale is on now at LGS Guns and Ammo, Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition, across from Target and Roswell, and at 109 North Del Paso in Hobbs.
The crowning achievement of King Solomon's reign was the construction of his temple in Jerusalem. When building the temple, Solomon spared no expense, from vast quantities of cedar wood to the choicest stone that was quarried somewhere else. At the time of the building of the temple, the Bible says the people were sacrificing at the high places because no house had been built for the name of the Lord. The temple then becomes significant to Israel because it brings together the people of God and is a place where they can invite the presence of God. In today's world, God still desires to locate where his people congregate. Matthew 18 reads that where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am with them. Christians today still need a place to celebrate the mighty acts of God. Please join us this Sunday as we delve into God's Word and spur one another on to love and good works.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
The NMAA State Basketball Tournament is really heating up, and in southeastern New Mexico, we've got you covered. Coming up on Friday, your 10-seed Goddard Lady Rockets face off against 7-seed Moriarty with radio-only coverage beginning at 6 p.m. on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Then on Saturday, the 12-seed Rocket Boys take on the 5-seed Albuquerque Academy with radio-only coverage beginning at 5 p.m. on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, southeastern New Mexico's Sports Authority.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The word gorilla is derived from a Greek word meaning a tribe of hairy women. Mike recommends that if you see a tribe of hairy women, you don't call them gorillas. Here's Mike Winters.
I know. Hey, good morning. It is 22. I was born at night, but not last night. I know how it works around here. Good morning. It's 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association, we have Desi Aguilar and Amy McVeigh-Tejas. And also joining us here is one of the, I guess you were one of last year's scholarship recipients, correct? Haley Gonzalez as well. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning?
Doing good.
Good deal. So are you a senior now, or were you a senior last year?
I was a senior last year.
So you've graduated. You're doing your thing now. I didn't know if you because for folks, I know I'm jumping because you can apply as a junior and in theory, I didn't know if you were one of the ones that's like I'm gonna go do this 2 times or whatever. Then you can see not the 1 time but 2 times scholarship champ. But good morning, and first off, congratulations on winning that scholarship last year.
Thank you.
Before we get, I know I'm all over the place here. We were talking here, but coming up here March 21st and 22nd, and I was talking about this with Damon the other day. Leadership Roswell Alumni Association has really 3 things that kind of stand out in the community that for people outside of Leadership Roswell are aware of or understand. One's the candidate forums that we do. We just had one of those. Y'all might have heard about it. I would say our banquet honoring our leaders in our community, and the teen leadership program here that Leadership Roswell Alumni Association partnering with NMMI for years on this thing, and it's coming up again, March 21st and 22nd. It's a 2-day camp, I guess you could say, for high school juniors and seniors from all over. I don't care if you're from Roswell or Artesia or Timbuktu. Come on down here, and of course you might. That's a heck of a commute, but but you do you. But and I would say this, and I'll let Haley kind of talk more about it because she's actually gone through the program here. But this really is it's a leadership program that puts these kids in opportunities to do things that you really sometimes don't get to do in other environments. In the classroom, sometimes it's hard to recreate some of these things. You might see some of this in sports and things, but not to this level, too. The program is designed at, teaching leadership and being part of it, but it's also designed to put the students a little bit out of their comfort zone, do things to that maybe aren't part of their normal day, and say, you know what, we're going to put you in the spotlight to show you what it's like to handle when you get in these moments. And obviously it's in a training environment versus a real world scenario. So yeah, they're doing things that may seem a little scary or above their thing, but it's not. it's all done. Is that pretty, Desi? Is that kind of sums it up pretty good as far as the program goes?
There's going to be a lot of students who are coming into this with some trepidations, wondering, why should I do this?
Yeah.
But they're absolutely welcome to come develop their own skills that they don't even know they have.
Sure. So now I'm going to put it to you, Haley, as a graduate and a scholarship award winner from this program. How did you get into it, and what impact did it have on you?
So it was actually, I was the COVID graduate, so 2020, and we weren't even in school
yet. Did you
yet.
get an asterisk next to you?
My mom actually, she's in the Redcoats, so in the Chamber of Commerce over here. So she actually got an email about it, and she sent it to me, and she was like, make sure you apply. Around this time, everybody's like, you got to apply for scholarships, you're going to college. And I was like, okay. So I applied for it kind of like, not necessarily as a joke, but I was like, nothing's going to come up with it. And then they sent me an email. They said, you're missing 2 days of school, and you're going to be at this camp. And I said, fun. And so I went, and it was kind of weird because that's like I said, it was during COVID, so we had to do it at Church on the Move.
Gotcha. So it's a little bit different than some of the other years.
Right. So we get there, and I didn't know anybody there. It was a lot of people, because a lot of my friends, they didn't apply for scholarships. They're like, oh, we're not interested in that. So I was like, okay. And at the time, nobody really knew about it. So I was just sitting there kind of by myself, huddled there. And they had breakfast for us. It was good. We had a warm-ups. And for the first couple hours, I'd say it was a bunch of kind of trying to get warm, get your feet wet, get in there.
Just kind of learning the lay of the land a little bit, yeah.
But right off the bat, they were really good to getting us involved. Like, they did the games, trying to learn each other's names. It was making a competition, and it was really, really fun. And we just did different activities throughout the day, trying to get us involved and doing these little critical thinkings that you wouldn't think is critical thinkings. Really more just games.
Yeah.
But
I'm curious. You said at the beginning you knew not one single person. In that all your friends, they were like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You did it. I'm curious. By the end of those 2 days,
at the end of the days, everybody knew everybody.
Yeah, I was say you probably still have a relationship with a couple of those folks still, probably, don't you?
Yes, especially the ones from NIMI that they're like, oh, well, I came from so and so here. I'm traveling from here. So we met a lot of people, and then we added each other on Snapchat. We got our numbers, we text each other, we see each other around now. Some of them actually go to Eastern New Mexico, where I go here.
Okay.
So, we kind of see each other, wave.
See them around the campus and things like that, too. Good deal. Which, by the way, guess what's paying for her, or at least a good hunk of her classes right now, is that scholarship from last year. That's amazing. But I would say, like you said, you're going in, after those 2 days, when you left it, what were you feeling? What were some of the like the things you took away from it? Like, when you, after those 2 days, were you kind of like, I imagine probably a little more confident in yourself?
Oh, yeah.
What were some of the feelings you had after the 2-day event?
It was, the funny thing is I came home and I was telling my mom about it, and I was like, I signed up for this kind of like, she put it on me, like, you need to get the scholarship.
You went kicking and screaming a little bit. I get it.
And so when I was coming home, I told her, I was like, honestly, it's not really about the scholarship anymore. I was like, meeting so many different people, hearing their stories, like everybody's there for something. But at the end of the day, if I came home with just the experience from teen leadership, I'd be satisfied.
You just said something that was pretty powerful there. It's like, we're dangling the carrot with the scholarship, but that's not the prize. That's just the carrot. The prize is what you take from it. Like you said, if I didn't win the scholarship, what I got here was so valuable. I mean, and that's what we're trying to tell people. And I'm glad you said that, because that's that real. I mean, yes, the scholarship's awesome. It's nice, and that's hey, we're all trying to do that so we can achieve the goals we want to. But at the end of the day, the real things that are going to suit you and serve you the rest of your life are those interactions, those lessons learned, those moments where I'm sure there's probably a couple of things you did and you're like, this sucks. You know what I mean? And you're sitting there like, this just stinks, man. What are we doing? And then you get through it and you're like, that was all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something to be said about achieving things, especially something you're really struggling with, and then you go through it as a team and you break it down and figure it out, and that, because that gives you, when you feel something that you feel so insurmountable and then you accomplish that goal, then you're like, all right, what's next? We're going to go fly off building? I mean, I got this. Superman put the big S on my chest. I'm ready to go tackle the world. You know what I mean? Was it a little bit like that for you?
Yeah, the cool thing is they kind of split us up into two separate groups. So it was kind of like they would be doing one game, challenge, task, however everybody wanted to see it. Then we would be doing a different one. And it was like a competition. Like, it was like your team, you're like, well, we're going to stick together. We're going to do it better. Oh, they did it in 3 seconds. We're doing it in 1.
Gotcha.
And we would push and push. Like, we can do it faster. We can do it faster. And like I said, at the time, you think it's just a game, but we're thinking critically. You're like, oh, well, how can we cut our time in half? How can we do this? How can we do that? But they kind of like trick us into it, because we think we're playing a game, but in reality, we're using all of our different motor skills. Like, there's so many different tasks that we had to do, whether it was flying on a carpet, trying to get from point A to point B, or putting the tennis ball on a cone, or doing this chicken rope thing. They were putting different names for different things. But like I said, it seemed like a game, but in the end, we were doing so much.
You're really trying to solve the scenario. Don't worry. If you ever someday go in, which I hope you do, apply for the Leadership Roswell program, you're going to find some familiar ground when you get in there and go, like, I remember some of this stuff. It looks a little familiar here. But Desi and through Nimi, you kind of, with the program here, that's all by design. Like she said, they kind of like tricked us here. It's like, they knew your response. These were designed specifically to challenge and create those responses, right? That's really what the program's
Eric
about.
Everson runs a great program over there, and he's got his team of facilitators that they know exactly what they're doing, and they do it without even thinking. It's second nature to them. So and they pull in all the students.
Sure. Well, that's the bit. They're in the leadership business. That's what you guys do at the New Mexico Military Institute. You educate and create leaders. And so if anybody's pretty good at it, it should be you guys. You kind of got a couple years of experience doing that. A couple hundred. But anyway. But I want to, we're coming up on a deadline here. So we need to act fast. If you're interested, if you I don't think there's probably a lot of high school juniors or seniors listening right now. They're in school, but if there is, or parents of high school juniors and seniors that are listening, tomorrow is the deadline to get your applications in. Shoot a text to your kids or whatever. Send them, call the school. I don't care. Tell your kids to pick up an application from their guidance counselors at the high school. That pretty much all the local high schools got them. So if you're listening to me on the radio, your high school guidance counselor should have an application. If they do not, maybe they gave them all away or whatever, but if they don't, you can shoot an email to roswellteenleadership@gmail.com. All one word, roswellteenleadership@gmail.com. They'll get you an application, but you got to get them turned in by end of business tomorrow. You can email them back to that same email. Is that probably the best way to get them back to you? And then get those filled out. Now, are the applications similar to the Leadership Roswell one, where they're thought-provoking questions? These aren't just yes, no,
right.
I'm 16, whatever that is. They want to know a little bit about what makes you tick and why you're here. So be warned. Just don't think you're going to sit down, fill in a couple things, and you're going to need to spend some time on this.
Not a 5-minute application.
Yeah. So you're a little bit behind the 8 ball here right now, because we're we're 24 hours away from getting this turned in. But you got time. You can do it. Get those application day. Well, tell your kids or call the schools and say, hey, send an application with my child home today. We need to get this filled out and get those turned in tomorrow. But allow your students some time to sit and do some thought-provoking answers.
And we need sponsors still. It's not too late.
Absolutely.
We have amazing sponsors, and Desi has the list. But let's be clear. If you're sitting here thinking, teen leadership, I don't have anything to do with teen leadership. I don't have a junior or senior. You could help make another scholarship possible. Last year, every student went home as a winner in two ways, meaning every single student, you're a winner leaving this with your experience and a certification, and that certificate that is great to have on a resume.
Yeah.
But every student went home last year with
something.
Absolutely.
Right. And we would love that to be possible. So Desi, remind everybody, I don't have that list.
The sponsor list?
Yes, I think that's amazing.
So far, of course, the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association, they're the biggest part of this. We're putting on the whole show. New Mexico Military Institute has always been the biggest supporter of that, providing a lot of not just the resources, but also
the instruction, the tutelage,
right.
the leadership, the
actual,
part where they're good at.
That's right. The ROTC program is also putting some in this year as well. ENMUR, Pioneer Bank, Armstrong Energy Corporation, XL Energy, New York Life, and Character Counts.
Awesome. All those organizations understand the importance of what comes from this program.
Right. And it is not too late to be a sponsor and be on the T-shirt, right, Tess?
That's right.
Well, and like you said, the more sponsors, the more scholarship money. So if you're like going, well, I know the things of tomorrow, yeah, great. You donate I'm just going to throw a number out, $1,000. That $1,000 is going to go in some kid's hand tomorrow, or this, on the
And Haley's right. It's not about the money, but at the end of the day, if we can impact somebody's life and create an additional opportunity, that we're all in. Haley's fixing to graduate, but one thing that's important for me is that she's our family now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bug her whether she's working or whatever, and we're going to push her. We're never going to stop pushing. We're never going to stop caring. Yeah. And we're in this together.
So what are you doing? What are you going to school for right now? Just curious.
I'm actually going for undergrad's going to be criminal justice, and when I was younger, it's always like, I'm going to be a lawyer, start criminal justice. But being in the criminal justice learning, I think I'm moving more towards criminology, investigation, or forensic scientist.
So you kind of want to be like the CSI folks and
probably, yeah.
Okay. So which is more exciting for you, the science side or the investigative?
The investigating side, more hands-on.
Yeah.
That's why. Well, part of me still goes back to lawyer. Like my heart's still there, but
sure.
I mean, I still want that hands-on. I still want to be foot in.
Sure.
So.
Good deal. Well, great. Well, at least you know the area, you know the direction, and that's good because, and you know what? I'm not going to lie. You're going to be going through school and you might change again. You might be going through and say, you know what? There's this aspect I like a little better. But that's great too. Have you had a chance to maybe talk to some of our local RPDs and some of those about some of the job and things like that, and kind of people that do the job and got a chance to kind of explore it a little bit?
Well, actually, my teacher now, Romo Villegas, he's actually really good with that, and he brings a lot of people in to talk to us. We've talked to CSI, FBI, blood training, probation officers, parole. Like, he brings a lot of people in just in class.
Good. And you caught him in good moods. We're not investigating either.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, he's part of our program, too, right? He's a leadership role.
Oh, is he alum as well? All right. Well, I guess what you might be putting to work.
Yes, he's been involved in past years.
Good deal.
He's always
oh, nice.
Good deal. Excellent. So let me but again, like Amy was saying, we need to get those more sponsorships. The more, I know we got a good list of and good groups, but always more room for more folks there. So if you're a business or an individual and you're listening and said, you know what, that's a program that's really good for the future of our community, I'd like to help make sure
it's
that
never about the money. To me, it's just the cherry on top, right? Though,
it is.
You know, it's not about the money and the experience, but if we can impact their lives on the flip side, boom.
It's kind of like the carrot dangling, kind of like you said earlier. Is that the money's nice, but that's not the biggest reward I got from this, and that speaks volumes there, especially. Like, we're old people. We're supposed to say things like that. You know what I mean? But when someone in youth like yourself understands it gets at that age, you don't realize how valuable that tool will be for you down the road. Because some of us spend our whole lives learning these lessons, and they don't learn them at all or till they're too late. And the fact that you're still, you're still got the whole world ahead of you here, and you're just, in college now, and you're figuring out now you're setting yourself up pretty good. So you're doing awesome. That's
I want to
great.
thank Eric too, huh, Desi?
Yes,
Eric,
absolutely.
Desi just texted me before this if we had our agenda, our itinerary, and it's evolving and it's changing. Why? Because that's how serious Eric takes it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very intentional to impact, and like Haley was saying, on the flip side, they're doing things that are pulling out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so effective. Is how, and Eric always wants to be the silent partner.
Sure.
But he's so significant. He spends countless hours to make it work.
Sure.
And
That's
elevate
passion.
it. And Haley's going to be impressed this year because we've elevated it.
Yeah?
We've right, Des? Maybe a couple of steps up.
I think so.
Did they put you to work now? You're going to come and do some stuff at this one now that you're a graduate, and then I'm sure they got you involved somewhere.
Yeah, so we found each other like in the store actually, and I told her, I was like, it was such a good program, and I was explaining to her too, like, yes, the money was nice being the top recipient, but at the same time, just being in the experience, it was fun. Like, I would want to go in there and let the students know, like, yes, like, it's probably like, you're going to think it's boring, it's going to take 2 of my days, it's going to be this and that, but like, coming from it, it was just so much fun, and I would honestly do it again, whether it was just a camp, just to go hang out with my friends
and
one more time.
Haley's the leader because when she would see me, she would remind me, I haven't heard from you yet.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
To get her to remind you, she's the one doing everybody else.
And I sprang into her last night. Yes.
That's great. It's awesome. I'm so happy that A, you found the program. Thank you, Mom, for dragging me kicking and screaming into
Oh,
this,
yeah.
because-
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah,
Yes. We need more
that's
moms.
amazing.
Yeah, and it's funny because in the little letter that they give us in the email, they say dress comfortably because we're going to be doing things. I said, Mom, this is a scholarship. This isn't, because it says Navy on there, so I'm like, I'm not going to be a cadet. And she's
Right.
like, you don't know what they have for you. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
And maybe we should clear that statement up right now. The scholarship money is wherever you want to go with it. It's
Right.
to an accredit. You're not obligated to go to NMMI or Eastern or that money follows you wherever you choose to do your secondary education. So if it's going to an accredited whatever it is, it's a trade school, college, any secondary, it's yours to do that with.
Right.
So just I do want to put that out there, and just because NMMI and everything is very much part of the program by now, of course, if you want to learn more about NMMI and continue with some of the things you learn there, then they'll be happy to get to that path because in actuality, that's like if you are thinking about NMMI. And you're like, can I handle a little bit of some of the discipline that's involved in NMMI? Now, you guys don't run this like a military. It's not like that. You guys have uniforms and all that. But at the same time, there is discipline, there is structure, there is those aspects that NMMI is very much part of the fabric of that community here. So even if you want to get a little bit of taste of what life at NMMI is like, this could be beneficial for you too. So if you're a junior and senior and you're thinking, maybe I want to go to junior college, or maybe I'm a junior and I want to do my senior year, this could be that little chance to see, peel back that curtain a little bit too. So this can be used for multiple reasons for students here. So take advantage of it. It's all there. And that's the thing here, cost.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, it
There's
really... There
fee.
isn't any. That's the thing. This is all we want is kids that are going to work hard and put in the effort. That's, the money, we got that covered. We got this here covered. We'd love to get more support from sponsors here so we can, it'd be great if every one of these kids walks out and they got a good hunk of college, planned for because they participate in that. I mean, that's a lofty goal, but we can do that if people want to believe in this program and see what it's about. And I imagine, too, if there's people that want to kind of maybe get involved for future stuff, sponsors things, pop on by in the 21st. Come see what's going on at the camp. Come see what the activities are doing, seeing. And I imagine once you see it in action, those people are like, I want to invest more money into this. You know what I mean? Right.
They will get backpacks, goodie bags, whatever you want to call them. If somebody's listening and wants to donate items to put in those backpacks, it's not too late. Huge shout out to Lori Dudick. She supplied some great, and I know Pioneer, and thanks to, but I'm just thinking, you think, how this doesn't relate to me. You can represent your company and bless other kids by just putting items in the backpacks. And that
this is a community thing. Yeah. This is what this is. This is what makes the Roswell and this community a great place, is we want to do things for and obviously this KISS Camp is open to more than just Roswell students. We would love to have all youth here. But
the challenge is on, right, Desi?
Yeah,
we have
right.
some schools that are not being represented.
We would love to see more
Gateway,
representation.
we need you.
Yeah, and I know
University High, early college, we need you. I don't know. Artesia.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd love to have representation, right, Desi?
even for
Lake
folks,
Arthur.
yeah,
Oh, Lake Arthur.
Dagerman.
Oh, yeah.
Dagerman, Lake Arthur, yeah,
Hondo,
Dexter,
Hondo.
all
the
those
challenge is on. I think it would be so cool to be representing so many different schools. I think that's what
And that
Let's
was,
even-
that was a cool thing there, too. Like, there wasn't just, oh, well, I'm from Roswell High, so I'm just going to hang out with Roswell High kids. There was, I was with Artesia kids carrying up Goddard kids on my side and piggyback riding with Dexter. And, yeah, it was everybody there.
Yeah, and then you realize at the end of the day, because I imagine like your little high schools and you probably talk and everything's like those kids over there, and then you meet them and you're like, they're just like us.
Yeah, they're not that bad. Yeah, going in there, you're just like, well, we beat you at football, we did you at this, we did that. And you go in there and you have to give them a piggyback ride, so you really got to open up. But yeah, you're like, they're pretty cool.
Yeah. But you know, it's kind of funny. And I imagine that you had that realization.
Yeah, when you
It's
go
like,
in there.
Yeah. But even like your high school years, when you're in high school, and it's kind of like, you know, you're very much your team and this thing and that. And then you graduate and you get in the bigger world a little bit, and you're like, yeah, you know, I get the family and the cliques, but we all experience those same things, even if we're wearing a blue uniform or an orange uniform or a red uniform. You know what I mean? It's those same experiences and things like that. And we find out we have more in common than we realize.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't care what your culture, background. If you live here in the United States, we all have more in common than we think. You know, we all probably at the end of the day want the same things, believe in the same things, and you find that out when the world gets a little bigger for you sometimes, don't you? So, pretty cool. Again, best way to get these applications, visit your high school guidance counselors. All the local schools have them. And if that's not an option for you, email roswellteenleadership@gmail.com, all one word, and or call too.
Call Desi. Give them their phone number if you have questions that need answer.
575-420-8732.
Very good.
And call, but by shout out, if you contact the Historical Society, we've got $10,000 in scholarships for all seniors. And if you needed information about teen leadership and you want to apply for those, you can call the museum 622-8333 or email me at historydirector@outlook.org, because we are all in to bless these kids.
I will
That's
tell you
what
this.
it's all about.
I will even add more. So if you're looking for money for college, Historical Society's got a great opportunity. This one here as well. Yes. I'll even throw one more of the things I'm involved. American Legion Post 61. If you go to roswelllegion.org, they've got like $1,500 scholarships that they're going to be awarding. Those are for veteran families, things like that. But if you've got those connections, things like that, please apply there. I think they require you to write an essay, and that's kind of similar to what the Historical Society does. But
and y'all have all the information on your calendar, Mark?
Yeah,
Cool.
It's all up there. You can go get it
That's
all
so
there
helpful.
too. So that's another avenue for, and I'm just scratching the surface. Go talk to your guidance counselors and things. That's what they do. They dig up the money when you're looking for it. But there's a couple there too. So how close are you from? How far along in your college are you?
So actually, I tested out of my English program in my sophomore year. So I have all my English credits graduated with. So that's another thing. I did a lot of dual credit.
Okay.
So now I'm only 7 classes away from graduating.
Nice. With
associates in criminal justice.
Nice. Yay. So what's next after that? Are you going to go for the bachelor's? You're going to go pursue? Okay.
I'll major in, like I said, either pre-law, criminology, forensic scientist.
Do you know where you want to do that at yet?
Pre-law would be UNM.
Okay.
Maybe criminology would be Portales, because another one of my scholarship transfers over there.
Okay.
So it's kind of awesome.
Well, and they got smart with the college in New Mexico. Over the last several years here, they pretty much lined it up. So if you take English at any New Mexico college, it's the exact same English in the other one, so it transfers seamlessly. So when you're going from ENMU Roswell to UNM or Portales, or wherever in the state, that it seamlessly transfers.
Right.
So you're that wasn't always the case.
Oh yeah, that was.
And that's a game changer for many students and people. That just is. So that's great for you. So good deal. So do you want to come back here and be like you want to be in this area and be? Are you gonna be the police chief one day, or kind of running the CSI lab? We got you in that big truck, honking people get out of the way.
I'm not too sure where I want to take my career with me. I mean, granted, there's a lot of crime here in New Mexico, so I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to find a job around here.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're going to meet somebody. I mean, you might be in college, you might be after college, and then that's kind of like I'm from Maryland. I'm here because I met somebody. I mean, the Air Force sent me to Mexico, but I stayed here because I met somebody, and I've been here since 1996 now. So yeah, that's how life happens sometimes. So yeah, that'll happen. But maybe it's here, maybe it's somewhere. But wherever it takes you, you're set up, and that's awesome. So.
Yes. Right. We wish you the best. And by the way, Desi, thank you for all you do. Desi's headed this up, and we thank him very much for what he does.
I know that
pretty cool dude.
You guys have been meeting. I don't know. I keep popping into the chamber, and you guys always seem to be having a meeting there. No matter what time of day. I'm walking there to sign checks or going there to do whatever, and they're like, "They're meeting again? Jeez."
These kids are worth it. These kids are worth it. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So again, tomorrow is the deadline to get applications in, and there's no fudging on that. That's a hard deadline, right?
It's a hard deadline.
Yeah.
We will see where our numbers stand right after that.
All right.
But we need to order T-shirts. We need to do all this. Come on,
we're
please.
a couple weeks away from
Mike,
this
how many
happening.
times have you and I talked about procrastination on the radio? Every time I'm on the
I'd
radio.
like to say how many times we've been together and not talked about it. That'd be an easier number to determine.
Please, let's get this done today. Let's fill it up. I would love for Desi to come back on the radio and say we're full, right, Desi?
That would be.
Yeah, that would be a good problem to have. Sorry.
Or have too many. We're going to expand or do something.
And I ain't gonna lie, it should be that way because this event, this program is that good. The event and Haley here is a testament. She literally went in like whatever and came out as the biggest champion for this program. And
we did not drag her here.
Yeah, I noticed.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you,
forced,
Mom.
she didn't have to run out the room or nothing, so we're all good. Very good. Is there any information we missed? Did we want to get out? Anything?
The only thing I'd like to mention is the timing on it.
Okay.
It's going to be held on a Monday, Tuesday this time instead of
Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday. So the kids will be excused from school when they get the applications and all that stuff.
The principals and
they all are on board with this. So now, if you get into it and then don't show up, that you're going to be your principals will come crack the whip on you, and you're going to be. But yeah, if you get so. Again, I guess we're dangling carrots.
Well, it's an amazing opportunity, and this is a very valuable opportunity.
Sure.
I know kids all over the world pay a quality amount of money to have these experiences that we've intentionally offered to anybody in Africa.
Adults, too. You don't know how many thousands of dollars adults or companies pay for this kind of stuff.
Right.
And it's the exact same things they're going through. And your students get to do this for free at a young age where they actually can do and take this information and carry it wherever. It doesn't matter.
And we have testimonies. This is life-changing.
Another thing, too, is, last year we did actually a day and a half, and it's been a day and a half for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But this year we're going back to a full 2 days.
Okay.
Yay.
And because one of the chief comments that we had from the feedback last year was it wasn't long enough.
Gotcha.
Every
Isn't that
single
amazing?
person
How often do you hear that?
Right.
That's amazing.
From kids. By the way, these are students.
And
these are juniors and seniors where they've got so many other things to be interested in.
With senioritis, and they're still wanting to stay tuned. That's impressive.
And we had 100% of our participants last year said they would recommend it to someone else.
That's 100%. Amazing. So, and one's proofs in the pudding sitting right here recommended on the radio here. So, good deal. So please sign up for this. Take the if you or you yourself or someone that's a high school junior or senior. I don't know any single person of this group that says, no, I'm good. I couldn't use more help. I couldn't use more. I mean, all of us can do that. This one, now let's face it, if you will get awarded scholarships here, you're earning this. This is not, like she said, it's not just showing up and sitting in a classroom for a couple of days and go home. This is, you're getting active, you're getting involved, you're going to talk, you're going to do things, you're going to climb stuff, you're going to be solving problems, you're going to be doing things that are different than what you normally do. So
we had a couple of juniors last year as well, and they've already signed up to come back this year.
Isn't that awesome?
And that's the other thing. Juniors, you get to do it twice. So
That's
if you're
right.
a junior now and you're coming through and you're like, man, that was awesome. You get to come back.
They didn't like it last time. They wouldn't be here again.
We have had juniors get a scholarship their junior year and came back their senior. So if you think that's not possible, it is.
Absolutely.
You'd have to work for it hard.
I know a
But
couple. I
that's-
know at least one that won 2 years of
Yes,
scholarship.
that's right.
And by the way, I haven't said it this time, but the scholarship recipients, the award, that's all chosen by the peers. That's the this isn't like, I mean, the adults in the room to make sure it stays above board, but who's the top, person, who's all that. It's all selected by the people within the group. So it's coming.
Right.
And you'll be amazed. You think, well, is that a popularity contest? No. It's not. It really, you like this person, like you said, you knew not one single person when you started it. And I imagine, seeing your actions, your merits, things like that, the people saw it in you and said, you know what? Haley's the one that deserves that honor. Here,
Right. We filled out a paper and they were like, who was your leader? Who got people going? Who was your more shy friend who did a full 360? So it was anonymous too. Like, not like I wrote my name big on the top, like, oh,
Right.
I think so-and-so deserves this one. So it was,
Sure.
we just filled out a paper, like, who did you think personally, would do it? And we just turned in those papers and then we came back the next day.
Yeah.
As a leader, you're skeptical until you go through the process and see. I think that's one of the greatest testaments in my experience is those parents, they get it right.
They do.
I mean, because it's a balance between the adults.
Well, it's when you see it and you go and it's like, see, it does work. It does,
It really does.
And it doesn't matter generations or anything because it's humanity and it's lessons and they translate. I don't care where you grew up, where you came from, how old you are. These are lessons that translate across all.
I believe every student deserves this opportunity.
Yeah.
And another thing I'd like to mention too is, a lot of students may be hesitant to apply because, well, I'm not a leader. We had some that applied last year and they were not what you consider leaders at the time, but when they finished, they had made that 360. They had turned around completely and found out, oh yes, they are a leader, just a different type.
In a different way.
And I think you're going to find out we're all leaders in some way, shape,
That's
or form.
right.
We just don't.
Exactly.
We just don't bring. We don't know how to bring it out, and sometimes this does that, brings it out. you know?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You need the right people to be around to help you grow because, I mean, you can be a leader, but at the same time, like I said, you need someone to piggyback. Even if I'm a leader, I still need somebody on my back to get to the other side of the corner. So
Sure.
that really helped us out. And I mean, like, even if I was right here, there's still like 5 other people that needed to get to this side. So someone has to step up, and being around those people really makes you like, okay, do or don't. Because like I said, it was a competition. We were all in it together. So we all.
Desi, will you please mention, too, if they have limited physicality, that's okay, right?
Yes.
They can lead in a unique way. Say there's an injury involved or something like that. You can these students still could apply and be
and
involved.
any
I
physical
think that's
limitations
important.
we work around. So
Absolutely. Let's be clear. It is not physical. That's one of the biggest questions we've had.
Right.
Yeah. So if you have students that are handicapped, things like that, no problem.
Yeah,
we'll
sure.
work all around that. It's a team concept. That's part of it.
That's why we love that the most.
That actually probably poses challenge unique to some of them because if you got to get an entire group through and one's in a wheelchair, that's an added wrinkle that you guys have to add into that equation. And
It's
that's
actually
part of
like
the process.
another one of the carrots that we dangle. It's like, hey, look at all the fun stuff you get to do.
Yeah.
There are things that we're going to try this year that we've never done before as well.
Right. It's stepping it up.
Yeah, the only limitation to sign up for this is your desire to do it. So come, that's it. You got to be a junior, high school junior, senior, and that's really it. And sign up, get the applications in, turned in.
Call your church groups, all those places, just to help get the word out.
Absolutely, but don't dawdle.
No.
Deadline is tomorrow. And of course, if you have any questions about anything, reach out, call. You can call here, and I'll make sure you get that information too. So. Good deal. Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And hopefully you're not investigating anything dumb I do in the future.
Hey, she might be. Haley can come back and haunt you, Mike.
I remember you. Where were you on the night of nothing? Don't worry about it. Hey, thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. All right, it's 8:57. Let's take a quick break before news.
Members of Central Valley Electric Cooperative are invited to attend the 2022 annual meeting to be held Saturday, March 19th at the Estelle Yates High School Auditorium in Artesia, New Mexico. Come meet your fellow co-op members, hear about the status of your electric co-op and what is planned for the future. There will be door prizes and a nice gift. Plus, the first 200 members to register will each receive a $50 gift card. Limit one card per membership. Registration begins at 9 a.m. The annual meeting begins at 10 a.m. Mark your calendar and please attend the Central Valley Electric Co-op annual meeting March 19th in Artesia, New Mexico. We look forward to seeing you there.
Celebrate spring break at the Spring River Zoo with one of their exciting day camps. Each day is a separate camp where children will enjoy animal-themed crafts and games, fun educational activities, a guided tour of the zoo, and amazing encounters with the animals for children aged 4 through 6. Events will take place March 14th and 15th from 8 a.m. till noon. For children aged 7 to 12, themed camps will take place March 16th, 17th, and 18th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call the Spring River Zoo at 575-624-6750 or visit roswellconnect.org for information and to reserve your ticket.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. It's considered good luck in Japan when a sumo wrestler makes your baby cry. But who gets the good luck? The sumo wrestler or the baby? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9 o'clock. We'll be back on the other side. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. We don't want to kill Russians, and I want peace. Part of the latest statement from Ukrainian President Zelensky, continuing to lead his country in its fight against the Russian invasion. Ukraine says at least 2,000 civilians have been killed so far. And then there's the humanitarian crisis, with more than 1 million people forced to flee their homeland. The BBC's Nick Thorpe is on the Hungary-Ukraine border.
This particular crossing here, Bereg-Shuran, just in the last few minutes, minibus after minibus has been arriving here, unloading people who've just crossed the border on foot. It's a pretty organized response. I noticed overnight that there was a statement from the Russian military saying that civilians would be allowed to leave Kiev to the south. That might sound a generous offer from an invading army. In fact, I think many of the Ukrainians I've been speaking to here over the past days would see that as a threat. In other words, the Russians are in a way trying to increase this wave of refugees.
And Ukrainian President Zelensky saying that Ukrainian doctors have been treating wounded Russian troops. Zelensky urging those troops to turn around and go home. In Washington, President Biden appealing to Congress to approve more money for Ukraine, as well as for COVID-related expenses.
As lawmakers try to wrap up a planned budget agreement by next week, the White House is seeking 2 major additions. The administration wants another $10 billion to help protect Ukraine against the Russian invasion, plus an extra $22.5 billion to pay for testing, treatments, and vaccine.
And that's White House correspondent Greg Clugston. More volatility this morning on Wall Street. The key averages, which had been higher, are now in the red. The Dow is down 147 points. The NASDAQ Composite Index off 193, and the S&P 31 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Cute Kid number 1. And I'm Cute Kid number 2. And we have been forced, you mean hired? We have been hired to tell you what direct lender FOMO is. So let's say you buy a new home, and maybe you use one of those big mortgage monsters.
Or someone your realtor or friend recommends.
And then a few months later, you hear us being forced, hired hired, to tell you about our mortgage team's Direct Lender Advantage. And then you feel like you missed out, because you probably did miss out. And that is Direct Lender FOMO.
It's Ryan, and our mortgage team is an arm of a bigger company who is a direct lender, which means our company gets to use its own money and make its own decisions within its own walls. There's no middleman. This often allows us to get you a better rate on that new home mortgage, saving you monthly and lifelong money. We are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage maker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1335. Bracket NMLS number 65233. Equal housing lender. I licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
A Tokyo court has handed a suspended sentence to the former American executive at Nissan charged with underreporting his boss's pay.
Tokyo prosecutors have got their conviction. Greg Kelly has been found guilty on one count of hiding the true amount that Nissan Motors was paying its former chief executive Carlos Ghosn. However, the Tokyo court ruled that Mr. Kelly was not guilty of a wider conspiracy to hide tens of millions of dollars of remuneration to the former CEO. The prosecutors had asked for a 2-year jail term. Instead, Mr. Kelly was given a 6-month suspended sentence and should now be able to leave Japan almost immediately.
The BBC's Rupert Wingfield-Hayes. Philippine troops killed at least 7 ISIS terrorists in a recent offensive in the south. Also recovering 45 heavy firearms, several bombs and landmines that the military says were to be used in future attacks. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the administration is out to strip Russian oligarchs of their riches.
Secretary Yellen says the U.S. wants to uncover, freeze, and seize the global wealth of Russian millionaires supportive of President Vladimir Putin and his war on Ukraine. The head of the Treasury made her remarks in a speech at the University of Illinois Chicago after visiting a Ukrainian bakery to show support for that embattled country. She told reporters that the Treasury Department would monitor how sanctions against Russian companies and powerful individuals are performing and suggested they will intensify. Yellen stressed that with the world's largest economies united, it will be difficult for Russia to avoid the financial bite of the restrictions. Jennifer King, Washington.
An improving jobs picture. The Labor Department reports a number of people who applied for unemployment benefits fell last week, dropped by 18,000 from the previous week, falling to 215,000. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Thank you, Tanner. Hey.
You're welcome.
Do you normally wear contacts?
No.
I just not seeing glasses very often.
Blue light.
Blue light?
Yes.
What is that?
It reflects the light off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's are those like designed to look at computers easier or something?
Pretty much.
Oh, do they make a prescription version of that?
They do, but I don't need one.
You don't, but I'm thinking I do.
My eyes, okay. So for the past year, I've been very tired and less energetic.
Gotcha.
I think that's probably because I spend
stare at screens all day.
all day on a screen, whether phone or anything.
Okay.
So it's like, well, might as well use the glasses because I used them for a little while. I have.
Yeah. Do they help?
They do.
Okay.
But my eyes aren't used to wearing glasses, so I've got to get used to wearing them first.
Gotcha.
Because, like, it actually is irritating my eyes because there's something in front of it.
And is it a special? Because I'm curious. I'm just thinking when the next time I get a pair, I stare at screens all day. And to be honest, I take my glasses off to look at screens most of the time because it's easier for me in my vision. But I'm wondering if I can get a prescription version.
I'm sure you can.
And I got bifocals, so I'm blind as a bat, man. I'm just, it is what it is. But I was curious because I saw you in glasses.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I've had these for a while and I just haven't worn them because it's just, I like, just using my regular eyes. But it's like, if I'm going to be doing this for a very long period of time, I should probably take care of my eyes and not let them burn.
Yeah.
It might help.
Absolutely. So, well, good. By the way, you pull the glass look off. Good. You can.
Thank you.
Some people can do it, and some people cannot. You got it. You got it down. So, good deal. So, I don't know. I just keep that look all the time. Get a couple different frames. You can match outfits, and No,
I'm good with just the one because I'm just using these when I need them.
Okay, just ballpark curiosity, and I know there's no prescription or anything, but what did those glasses cost you?
Well, I got them for Christmas.
Okay, so you have no idea. All right,
less than $100.
Okay,
I can tell you that much.
That's affordable.
They were very affordable.
Okay.
They actually had for a more extreme, like a yellow colored one.
Okay.
But I wanted to still be able to see colors.
Yeah, I see the yellow ones. I think of like hunters and gun people that wear the yellow. You see. Like when I see people in the yellow,
it's just for like just extreme long-term use.
But like I've seen like those glasses have that yellowy tinge to them, and I always think of.
I don't know why the hunters have the yellow tinge.
Maybe it's something with the light, something I don't know.
Yeah, but the yellow ones completely block out light.
I shoot guns all the time, but I've never, if I wear eye protection, it's just clear glasses. I've never done anything fancy with it, so.
No.
Yeah, or I have glasses on, so that's half time I'm wearing them anyway. So it's just kind of.
But yeah, this is definitely a recent change. I've had them and just haven't worn them, and it's like, well, maybe I should.
Firearms shooting, I worry more about my hearing protection than my eye protection. I mean, there's a possibility of a casing flying out, but I've had more issues dealing with hearing and shooting than seeing and shooting. But cool, I'm just wondering. I was just curious. I was like, he's got glasses. Like, does he always? Like maybe he wears some contacts, and I didn't realize it. No. He's going in glasses. So
no, I can't put anything in my eyes.
You know what? I don't think
I'd like to because I'd wear different contacts.
See, I don't even think I'm eligible for contacts because of my stigmatism I have. I'm nearsighted and I have astigmatism, and as I get older, my nearsighted gets worse. So, but yeah, I can read screens pretty well without my glasses. But like if I take my glasses off, I can't read the TV. Like I can read Zelensky that line, but the stuff up in the corner and all that, I can't read any of that stuff without my glasses. So, but now I can. So yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Technology.
Interesting. We're going to talk not technology this hour. We're going to talk Roswell Community Theater.
The arts.
Yes, you got one more weekend to check out Four Old Broads this Friday, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. I got to see it last Saturday night. You want to see it. It's a lot of fun. It was hysterical. The cast and crew do an amazing job, and it's a fun play. It's funny. It's entertaining. You laugh teeth out laughing. It's funny, and it's a date movie or a date not movie but play.
Well, I mean, you could hold your hands up in a rectangle.
You could, but
turn it into a movie.
It's because the content's kind of is I'd say PG-13. Okay, so maybe the little kids probably, but and they use a couple of adult words in the
occasional swears.
Yeah, but it's think of Golden Girls. It's kind of that very much that they're all at a nursing or living assisted facility, and it's the life there going on, and there's a particular thing going on, that's the story. But it's really funny. The cast is great. It's just good. It's really good. So we're gonna have. Denise Samuels and also we'll have Trisha Hart join us, and we'll come and talk here a little bit about the final weekend here. Also, I'm going to pick their brain because I think right on the heels of this, they're taking auditions for Clue, and I want to say it's somewhere around the 7th or so. So I don't know exact date, but 7th or 9th or something. So we'll find out from them, and if you'd like to be in their next production, we'll talk a little bit about that. So that's what's on tap for this hour of the show. But yeah, the glasses look good. I like that frame and everything on you. That's a good frame.
It's a nice frame.
Yeah, I always have trouble picking frame because I don't I like round glasses, but I look awful in round glasses, so I don't wear them. But in theory, I'd love to have you ever watch MASH?
No, but I know what you're talking about. At least I'm familiar with it, but at least with the round glasses.
Yeah, you remember Radar
I'm just
O'Reilly?
Picturing you in round glasses,
and I don't look good. It's not, but I kind of dig the look. I
mean, maybe if
the
the shades were really, really dark and we couldn't see your eyes, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I just.
It depends on how big the rounds are too. They need to be a bit smaller.
And when it comes to sunglasses, I want them big and dark, so I can cover everything.
Yeah, you don't want big giant rounds.
Yeah. That's why I wear my driver glasses now that old people wear. Yeah. I literally, and I'm not joking, I have a pair of slip-on glasses I put over.
I think you've talked about these.
I have, and they're comfortable and they're great.
And you love them.
I love them, and I wear them, and I don't care if they. I'm 48 and I'm still wearing old people glasses. I don't care. I love it. It's amazing.
I don't even know who considers them old people glasses.
Well, I've never seen young people wear them.
Not true.
And contrary to popular belief, I think I'm getting old. I feel that way.
But then again, I mean, I don't wear glasses, so I wouldn't know.
The blue blockers, whatever you want to call them, where they fit over your glasses. Yeah, that's traditionally a senior thing, not so much. And I think it's because of need. You know what I mean? Our eyes get worse as we get older, and we like our regular. I had prescription sunglasses, but they don't have the bifocals or anything because I'm not reading when I'm driving, and generally when I wear them. And I don't know. I just didn't like them I mean, they're fine, but they're expensive. And so in essence, I'm like, well, I got to buy it, but I got to get another pair of sunglasses to match the prescription. Now I buy my one pair of glasses and slide my blue blocker jobbers over top of them, and I'm good as rain,
We need a picture of that.
I'll bring them. I thought I brought them in one day and I'll do that.
I might not have been here, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. So, but
still sounds fun.
I love them. I think I paid $20 for them, like Walgreens or something. They're amazing. Great. Love them. And I spent $200, $300 on prescription glasses, and I end up losing them, breaking them, or they're obsolete after a couple of years. These, not so much. Boom.
Good.
Yeah. It is 9:14. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm for the next few days, but we do have low pressure moving through the area, causing some gusty wind by tomorrow. Pretty nice today, a little bit breezy. We'll be in the low to mid 70s and partly sunny. Overnight, some clouds and mid 40s, and then gusty wind on Friday. Sunshine, and we'll hit the low 80s. Not as windy on Saturday and Sunday, mid 70s and fair. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 51 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 20%. Winds currently out of the north at 6 miles per hour. For today, partly cloudy, 77 for a high with northeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be cloudy with an overnight low of 45 and south winds 5 to 10. Friday. Then there's Friday. We have a fire weather watch already issued for Friday beginning at 11. That's going to remain in effect through 6 p.m. That's because we're going to see wind. So we're probably going to see fire weather warning, red flag warnings. We'll probably see all that for tomorrow. But they're saying mostly cloudy early, gradually becoming mostly sunny. Good news is it's going to be warm. High of 82 tomorrow, but winds will be breezy out of the south, 5 to 15 early, 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. Friday night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 40. Winds will be up out of the southwest, 15 to 20. Saturday, a little cooler but windy, 73 and sunny on Saturday. Southwest winds 10 to 15, early 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 36 and sunny, highs around 69 and windy on Sunday. And then looks like we're going to start the next week in the upper 50s, and then maybe low to mid 60s by midweek there. All right, it is 16 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a 3-minute commercial break, and then we'll talk Roswell Community Little Theater and 4 Old Broads on the other side. Don't go away.
Celebrate spring break at the Spring River Zoo with one of their exciting day camps. Each day is a separate camp where children will enjoy animal-themed crafts and games, fun educational activities, a guided tour of the zoo, and amazing encounters with the animals. For children age 4 through 6, events will take place March 14th and 15th from 8 a.m. till noon. For children age 7 to 12, themed camps will take place March 16th, 17th, and 18th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call the Spring River Zoo at 575-624-6750 or visit roswellconnect.org for information and to reserve reserve your ticket. Get Second Amendment savings now through the end of March at LGS Guns and Ammo. The authority for everything guns and ammo in Southeast New Mexico is having their annual high caliber tax refund sale. Save up to 15% on all accessories, 10% on all guns store-wide, and 15% off all Liberty safes. The annual high-caliber tax refund sale is on now at LGS Guns and Ammo, Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition, across from Target and Roswell, and at 109 North Del Paso in Hobbs.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
When you're not feeling well, the last thing you want to worry about is how soon you can get in to see your healthcare provider, or even finding a provider if you don't have one. Well, now you can feel better, knowing that the Loveless Healthcare Center in Roswell offers appointments for when you're not feeling well, or for checkups, annual exams, or any chronic issues that need attention. To schedule an appointment or to find a new healthcare provider, call 575-625-3222 today.
ENMU Roswell offers high school students the opportunity to get a head start on their college education journey into healthcare. Through the Allied Health Careers Pathway, high school learners can enroll in dual credit courses that introduce them to a wide range of careers that include emergency medical technician, paramedic, nursing, occupational therapy, respiratory therapy, medical assisting, phlebotomy, and nursing assistant. Start your healthcare career path at ENMU Roswell. Contact your high school counselor for more information.
The 2022 baseball season is gearing up for your Goddard Rockets and Roswell Coyotes. And in southeastern New Mexico, the place to go for all things Coyotes and Rockets is KSVPTV.com. Coming up on Thursday, your Roswell Coyotes square off in a doubleheader against the Tigers of Alamogordo, live from Joe Bauman Park. Coverage for this game begins at 5 p.m. on KSVPTV.com. Keep up with games all season long by clicking the Goddard Rockets or Roswell Coyotes tab at KSVPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The average person spends only 10 minutes a day speaking. Many wish Mike Winters was more like the average person. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Community Little Theater, we have Denise Samuels back with us.
Hello.
Trisha Hart as well.
Hello.
And then Chris Whitman's just kind of hanging out in the corner like a wallflower here. So
yeah, we're not giving him a microphone.
He speaks enough on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? Well, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Good. Thanks for having us on.
Good. And I will say this. I saw the play Saturday night, which is called Four Old Broads, if you guys haven't heard. I don't know how you're not. We've been pretty much talking pretty fast and furious about it for the last month or so. But you've got one more weekend if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, or you saw it last week and you're like, it was funny, I'm going to bring some friends.
Yes.
Come out for this next weekend, which I highly recommend you do. If drag your friends that didn't go with you last weekend, bring them this weekend and come see it. It's called Four Old Broads. There's a Friday night show, a Saturday night show, and a Sunday afternoon show. The Friday, Saturday night shows are at 7:30 p.m.
Yes.
Then the Sunday matinees at 2:30. You can get advance tickets right now at roswelltheater.com.
Right.
Make sure you spell theater like live theater, Theatre.
Right.
And get tickets. Or if you're just a guy that forgets everything and waits till the last minute, you can show right up at the door and they'll get you in. No problem. But I'm just saying, y'all been having pretty full audiences this last weekend.
I got to tell you, we broke some records with our attendance this weekend, last weekend. It was amazing. Opening night, we had 106 people.
Nice.
That was just phenomenal.
Good.
And the cast they turned it on because we feed off the laughter,
I would imagine.
you know.
and Trisha, your character, what's your character's name? I can bat at names.
Beatrice.
But she's one of the 4 old broads.
That's right. She's the ringleader of the 4 old broads.
I'm the sassy retired burlesque dancer.
Yes. Well, they're all a little sassy. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the sass factor is 7.
Sass is strong.
Yes.
And but yeah, it's a real fun play. And I'm glad to see, like, and I know Saturday night when I went, I don't know the numbers, but there wasn't a lot of empty seats that night either.
Saturday we had 82.
Okay.
And then Sunday matinee, which usually Sundays are our smaller shows, the matinee, we had 92
wow,
there
so you had a
on
big
Sunday.
crowd there too.
It was so exciting. 280 total for the weekend.
That's
so
perfect.
It's a record breaker for an opening weekend.
That's awesome. Good
I
for
am
you guys.
so elated.
happy
We
with that.
had to order more inserts for the programs. Boy, I was just so happy.
These are great problems to have, aren't they?
Yes, and
Great.
like you were saying, I've heard a lot of people, like one of my friends from work, Christy, she and her family came opening night, and her mom enjoyed it so much she brought her friend back Saturday night to see it.
And here's the fun thing. Even if you saw it this past week, it's live theater.
Right.
Every single show is different.
A little bit, yeah.
It's live theater. Things happen.
Right.
A line gets missed here, or a misstep on a thing, or a picture falls off a wall. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, been there. Been there.
Done that.
Things happen. And live theater, you can't just not do something about that. That's
right.
part of the theater, I mean, if you're out there on stage and a picture falls off the wall and you just act like that didn't happen, the audience is like, most people are like, what the heck was that? That's
right.
That's what, and
my favorite ad lib. Turn it up. I can't hear it.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I'm curious, I saw Saturday, and I'm not going to, but how much ad-libbing was done? Because I couldn't tell. I wouldn't know if it was at all. But was it pretty spot on, or was there a few?
I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never noticed not one little. If there was any missings
Wow.
or anything, none of it I noticed.
We're not professionals, but we like to think we are.
Oh, I would say you are.
I would say
seasoned actors.
The only thing that doesn't make you guys professionals is the fact that no one gives you a paycheck for this. I think other than that, the skill set and the time and the effort that you guys do is right there with the people that get paid for a living to do this, I believe.
Flattery will get him everywhere.
Thank you, Mike.
Because you guys, what you guys do up there, not everybody can do that. You know what I mean? And not everybody, and the sheer dialogues and things that you guys have to know, that's impressive. And you can't just be an amateur and pull that off. You know what I'm saying? That it takes skills, it takes time, it takes practice, it takes dedication. That's the other thing. I mean, you guys see, basically the public sees you guys do on average of 9 hours of show a week. There's probably hundreds of hours behind that just to give you those 9 hours of presentation between the 9 shows we do here,
Absolutely, yes. We cast the play back in December and started rehearsals the 3rd of January, and at least 3 nights a week, 2 hours each rehearsal, and throwing in some extra ones there too. And of course they're running lines at home, and it is a lot of work. And as a director too, you have to start planning months out. Like, okay, what kind of props do I need? Like, what kind of set do I want? And so
it's not just show up and let's do a play.
Yeah, exactly.
And all right, we can't wing it.
That's called improv, and that's a whole other thing.
and to be honest, to do improv right, there ain't a lot. I mean, there may be winging it on stage, but nothing outside of that, nothing else is winged. It's all from the people you put. It's
absolutely yes.
Which, by the way, if you love that, there's more of that coming too with the Roswell community.
That's right. That's right.
So before we get into that, I don't want to go away from 4 Old Broads.
Yeah.
So for I know we've talked about it here, but for folks that haven't seen it yet, give the storyline. Give what the story of 4 Old Broads is.
Okay, am I doing this? Or
You're doing this. You're the director.
I'm the director.
Direct.
Okay.
And go.
So I tell everybody it's very reminiscent of the Golden Girls.
On steroids.
On steroids? Okay.
A modern version, a little bit more modern version of the Golden Girls.
Right, because it's about, their friendship, and it's funny, it's so hilarious, it's a little bit naughty, especially this Beatrice over here. She's the ringleader.
Yeah, I think Chris called it PG-13 the other day.
Absolutely.
And that's probably a good measuring stick for folks.
Absolutely, yes. But they live in this assisted living place called Magnolia Place, and Beatrice, Trisha's character, and another character, Edie, are best friends. They've been there a long time. And there's a new resident, Imogene, and she's having some issues with her memory. And, you know, they're trying to help her and make sure she's okay. And then the fourth old broad is Maud, and she's, I describe her as frumpy and grumpy. She just wants to plan her funeral and watch her soap operas.
Yes.
And
good news is she's passionate about the soap. Like, you know, she has passion just for them.
Right. Yes, indeed.
Alexia and Carlton,
Yes.
her world.
Yes, that's all she has anymore.
all she has.
But we won't give all that away. And then Chris plays Sam, and he's the Mr. Casanova at the assisted living and a retired Elvis impersonator.
The resident playboy of the
you know.
Magnolia, yes.
Yes. And then we've got the two nurses, the mean nurse and the nice nurse. So the friends are trying to plan a cruise. They want to go on vacation. And then, you know, poor Imogene is having memory problems. And then there's this whole medicine debacle that they're trying to sort out.
Little mystery.
Yeah.
Espionage.
Yes.
We've got some spying to do.
Yeah. All of that going on.
Who are we spying on? I don't know what's happening.
It really is a fun play. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, if you love like the comedy of the Golden Girls, or that style of kind of, you know, just the just little thing begats a whole episode of other things. It's very much in that vein. It's a fun story. The cast, every one of the people on stage and off stage are funny and just, you know, they do a great job with it. The set looks good.
Thank you.
You guys you could tell there's a lot of time and effort into that set. It really looks like you're sitting in the lobby of a nursing home or a living assisted place. You know, you see the TV, you even got like the fire alarms on the walls, things that make it look that
Mike.
way. Yeah.
Thank you for noticing that.
I noticed all your details.
It's the details.
It's all in the details. All in the details.
But that's so important for you guys, right? Because if you guys are trying to do, especially like this one's a little easier because it's like a modern times thing.
Right.
But if you guys are doing plays set in an older time period or something, and the set doesn't really match that, you lose the story a little bit. It's hard to follow the story and let your imagination wander when you're doing a World War II thing and it looks like you're standing in a living room for the 1990s. You know,
right.
It looks different. You know, and so you guys, I would say the set is as much a character as the cast sometimes. You know, is that
absolutely?
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So since you're new on the talking to us about this play here, how, you know, talk about your, you know, what got you here, what was, because I mean, like you said, we were talking dialogue. You have an incredible amount of dialogue work in this play. I mean, how do you prepare for that? I mean, is it just reading and doing the thing, or do you have to sacrifice other aspects of the life there to get this done, to the kids and stuff like that, eat Pop-Tarts, you know, things like
that. Cereal for dinner.
I mean, kind of, you know, what was that experience for you?
Well, my husband's very supportive.
Good.
At times. Love that man. He will run lines with me. He'll cook dinner for himself when I'm not home, which usually consists of reheating leftovers.
Do you cook for you too? I mean,
he does. He'll save me some, so I'll have something to eat when I get home.
Very nice.
So the way I prepare is there is an app online that I download, and you can record everybody's lines, including yours.
Okay.
And then I'll listen to it at night while I'm sleeping, kind of, you know, learning
little
lines.
osmosis,
right?
Did it help? I mean,
it does. It absolutely does help. And then I have friends come over. We do line learning parties.
Okay.
One of my friends who's kind of helping out in the lobby area, she's been over a lot helping. Dan, our stage manager, has helped me a lot. He and I work together outside of the theater.
Sure.
I call him my work husband. So I just do it every day.
Sure.
I run the lines every day.
And I imagine you and the rest of the cast, you know, Chris is here with you. I mean, that helps too, because y'all feed off each other, and it helps you remember things.
Yes,
you know.
Several of the castmates and I got together, and we'll run them outside of the theater, and that's helpful as well.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like what's the old saying, like, how to eat an elephant one bite at a time. I imagine at the end of the day, it's a little of that. Yeah, you look at the big picture, like, man, this is an insurmountable amount of work and things I got to do. But as you get into it, you do a little bit here, you get more comfortable. I would imagine now that you got a weekend of performances under your belt, it definitely feels like you've done it for real 3 times now. And
amazingly. They've done it amazingly.
And so I would imagine now it's the balance of remember what we do, but don't get overconfident. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Absolutely.
You're like, because the moment you get in automatic pilot mode is the moment everything gets screwed up. You know what I mean? So imagine maybe this weekend's a little bit, all right, we got to, do this like it's the first time we did it, do it, you know, because comfort's a good thing, but comfort can be a bad thing too sometimes.
Yes, and it's still good to get those butterflies right before you go on.
Yeah, that fuels that desire to do that performance spot on.
I have a little ritual I do every time right before we go on stage.
Yes,
okay.
Same.
All right, now we're
channeling my energy.
That's right.
All right, now we're getting into ritual stuff and superstitions. So
it's like baseball players that don't wash their socks when they're on a winning streak. Okay,
it's the theater
I do
is
wash
similar.
my clothes though.
Oh, yeah,
right, that's not part of my
thing,
ritual.
is that you're not wearing those socks now. Well, I used to play hockey when I was younger.
So you get it.
I did the same thing. I was a goalie to boot. They're just straight up nuts. That's what they are. But yeah, I had to put on my leg pads a certain way. Like when I went out to the goal and I had my hockey stick, I had to hit the goalposts a certain way. Like I had a boom, boom, boom. Like it was a whole ritual. And if I did that wrong,
thing, isn't it?
yeah, it is. I got a hint. I'm like not full blown OCD. I got little lapses of moments.
I think we relate to that, don't we?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Somewhat.
Did I call you out? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
I'm selective OCD. Like certain moments it comes in, and others something doesn't bother. Some moments I look at, I don't care.
Right.
Other moments I'm like, I want to pull my teeth out with this thing. And Anyway, so but yeah, I get that ritual. So I'm curious, what's family friendly here, but I mean it's. I mean, what do you got to have happen to make the performance go good? I'm curious, and I got to know. You all said it. I do too.
Oh man!
I'm putting all y'all on the spot. I want to know.
Man!
I shared.
Go
mine.
ahead. Go ahead.
So I'll stand there, plant my feet, and just start swinging my hands back and forth like I'm running in place, but my feet aren't moving.
Okay, I got you.
And then I just start making my arms get wider and wider and wider until I'm like full blown helicopter mode.
I get you.
And then I'll start moving back and forth.
To be honest, I get it. That makes sense
it's
to
just
me.
channeling my energy.
You're kind of waking the body up. You're putting yourself in that mode, and you're saying, okay, I'm going to put Trish down for a little bit here and be this character for the next 2 hours, and I get that. I understand that completely.
And then I got to go by and do the fist bumps or high fives with everybody.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do break a leg.
Yes.
We do the break.
Yes.
I've been a
break
part
a
of
leg.
that. I've been a part of that.
That's right, Mr.
Yes.
Grinch.
Mr.
You
Grinch,
have.
I've participated in a break a leg or two.
That's right.
So, all right, Denise. Now, what's your? Now, is it the same as a director versus an actor, or is it different?
It's different.
Okay.
So, as an actor, Gina, she plays the mean nurse in our play.
Yes.
She and I have been in a lot of plays together. We both started at the same time in Small Talk, which was the first play at our new building.
I got you. Okay.
And so we've been in numerous plays over the last 10 years. And so we have a little thing that we do each time before we go on, and we just like pump each other up, and then and off we go.
So it's kind of like a little mantra or kind of like a high five, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, okay, I
And
got
people who haven't seen us do it before are like, "What are they doing?" I'm like, "No, it's just we have to do it. Just never mind." And then like if I'm going on, kind of like what Trisha said, I'll stand backstage before I'm supposed to go on, and I just kind of like, like deep breath and like shake it out, and then go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as a director, opening night, I just like run around worrying.
Gotcha.
That's my ritual.
Scrambling, getting up in everybody's business. And
I'm like, are we good? Are we good? Are we okay? Is everybody good? Is everybody here? Is everybody had makeup? Are we okay? You got your costumes? You got your props? Yeah.
I would imagine, because at the end of the day, I mean, once the play starts, you just got to sit back and watch and hope everything works out. I mean, yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing I can do.
But as director, the show's on. Your job is done. It's just a matter of watching it and doing. Because I noticed I saw Kurt and Kirk back there behind me watching the show. And,
yes.
And they were laughing just as loud as I was.
That's right. And we've seen it many, many times, and it's still funny. It is still funny. But yeah, Kirk and I will sit back there, and there was okay, I'm going to tell on y'all. There was one incident, was it Sunday or Saturday? I can't remember.
I'm not sure which incident you are referring to, ma'am.
I not know of which you speak.
There might be multiple incidents.
Okay, well, Trisha said one line, and it was...
Oh, yes.
Oh, we know. Now we know, see? And that was a cue line for Chris's character to come out.
Okay.
But we were like a page and a half early for that line.
Oh, okay.
And so, as Kirk and I are sitting in the back when something like that happens, we go, and like, oh,
right.
What are we going to do?
Things start clenching.
Yes.
Yes, I get that.
And we're like, so Chris walks out because he hears his cue line. So here he comes, shuffling out, little old man, and he stops. And Trisha realizes, oh no, we have to do this. So she goes back.
I ignored him completely.
Yes.
Nice. And it
didn't even look at him.
Which that sounds about right, getting get ignored. Yeah.
And then Chris was so great, he totally played it off. He looked around and was like, meh, and turns around and walks back out. We were all like, whew, okay, we're good.
Welcome to live theater.
Right.
Exactly.
But you know what? And that probably got some laughs and things that, that
right.
People just thought that was part of the performance. And it was.
Poor little old man lost. He got to go.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. It's 4 old broads and an old dude. I mean, senility.
Right.
Anytime you screw up, just chalk it up to senility.
Stay in character, y'all. Just stay in character.
You don't know, just out of the blue. Where's my shoes? You're good to go.
That would work for
Actually, we're trying to remember a line. That's all part of the act.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Chris, you're not off the hook either.
Okay.
What's your pre-show ritual?
So I have a couple weird ones. One of them is the day of the opening performance, I have to get to the theater way before everybody else. Like I usually go at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and call time 6. I like to go to the theater when nobody's there. I go in, turn on all the lights, turn everything on, and then I just go in and lay down in the green room and try to take a little nap.
Okay.
And it's like my little calming thing. I put some music on. And
a moment of zen.
And then before I go on stage, I pace. That's my thing, is I find a little spot about 10 foot where I can just walk back and forth, and I just pace back and forth and kind of go over my scene in my head.
Let's say you're kind of replaying everything in your head as you're pacing.
Exactly. And that's kind of my thing, is that's my pacing ritual.
Sure.
Is what I do, is I just kind of, just walk back and forth really fast.
I get that, because I'm a pacer too a little bit when I'm about to do stuff. And it's not so much the pacing. I'm just in my zone, and it's the nervous energy, or I don't know what you would call it. It's just kind of your brain's in another place, and your body's like, I'll just do this till you come back to me here.
Right.
I get that. So, but folks, I really would love to see. Come on out this way. I'm telling you.
We have gotten some great reviews from audience members, because we line up in the lobby, and greet everybody after the show. And we've had people, I had a lady told me she hadn't laughed that hard in years. Friends of ours from the Carlsbad Theater came up this past weekend.
I heard a little bit about that. You got some fellow actors.
Thespians.
Yes, fellow thespians, yes. And they complimented us. They said it was cast really well, that the timing was great. And that it was just hilarious. So,
do you get some jealous, community theater people from out of town come through from time to time? Because really, the Roswell Community Theater and that theater you have, that's a unique thing for a lot of community theaters. They don't have that.
We do have a great facility. Absolutely.
So I kind of wonder if they walk in, it's like, man, I wish we had something, because I know, and I know this because I did the morning show in Artesia. They have the Ocotillo. It's a beautiful facility and everything, but it's not the community theaters. It's the Arts Council. There's shows that are going on all the time there, or was pre-COVID, but it's not just for the community little theater. So it's not theirs to store, to keep everything, where you guys have your own building and theater, and to be honest. If you ever get a chance, go do a tour back behind there. There's so props, costumes. It's really a huge inventory of. I mean, it's probably, you could almost make it a little museum sometime. I bet. If you start rummaging through the stuff y'all got back there, I mean?
Hidden treasures back there.
Yeah, and you guys just collect things, as you need them, because you never know. There might be some plays where, we need some stuff that looks like from the 30s, 40s. Well, we got it back here, or we know a connection, or we're going to have a military thing, so we need more uniforms and things like that. Oh, we got them back here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And and that's something a community theater not always have that ability, and you guys have that. And I was just curious if, like, some of the other, like, I know you had Chris was telling me a group actually traveling out of town. Where were they from, Chris?
South Dakota.
South Dakota. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, hey, we'll come see our play, and they loved it and everything. But I didn't know if they ever say, like, man, you guys have do you ever hear that kind of stuff, like facility and uniqueness of that?
Yes, our Carlsbad friends have told us, wow, this is a great facility, and we are very fortunate that we have that.
Yeah.
And as you said, jealousy. I don't think it jealousy so much.
Okay.
They, just like, wow, this is really great.
Sure.
And I mean, we've gone there to their building, and we appreciate,
Sure.
they've got a great stage and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, we just want to support each other.
Absolutely.
So
Speaking of, it's awesome that they have this, but there's a lot of responsibility and obligation when you have things like that. So therefore, coming out, seeing the plays, and enjoying all this stuff, and this is why I'd love to have you come again. Right now, they're paying for a new roof. That roof of that facility needs to be replaced.
Yes.
The beauty of having your own place, you get to do what you want, but the beauty of having your own place, you got to pay for it too.
Right, you got to fix it all.
We have several fundraisers going on.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like, so we had the John Denver tribute just a couple weeks ago, the Swearingen and Kelly, the Sarman Garfunkel last fall. But all these shows you guys are going to and stuff, that money generated is going to help pay for a new roof there.
Absolutely.
Tonight we have the immersive dinner. It is sold out, so
Okay.
I can't really promote that, but
Gotcha,
our
but-
next immersive dinner will be Clue.
Okay.
But basically, an immersive dinner, it's catered from a local restaurant. And you
And it's
get
the night before.
It's usually the director picks the night. You get to have dinner on stage. The characters are still in, the cast is still in characters, and they'll serve you their meal. And
Do we want this cast to serve us food?
yes, it'll be funny.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just
they're
saying, I've seen
hilarious.
They sold out. Apparently, people do.
I'm just saying they barely remember pills and things. I'm just saying, I don't know. You want
And
the nurses will be there.
right,
they're going to be on task. You put on task.
For some reason, I'm still required to social distance 6 feet from all females. I'm not sure why.
Well, that would be your character, Mr. Casanova. Yes. But I think Elvis might be there at the dinner.
Okay.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Oh, y'all give him a bad rap. He's a pretty nice guy. Isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's more patient than I would have been.
He must really love Imogen.
I'm thinking there's got to be love there. That's all I'm saying. But absolutely. So but speaking of Clue, I got you guys here. Auditions, and everything are coming up for that, right? That's like
Yes.
right around the corner.
Yes, auditions for Clue will be March 7th and 8th.
Okay.
Is that, what do we know?
Tuesday.
That'd be Monday, Tuesday next week.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And it's 6 or 6:30. Do we know what?
Say 6 just to be safe.
Let's say 6.
Yeah, you get there early and you hang out for a little bit. You get to learn what the
Right,
communal theater
absolutely.
does. So.
Kathy Cook is the director for that play.
Okay.
So we're very excited.
And that's a pretty large cast, right, for that one? How many of you guys are going to need? Do you know off the top of your head? Or I mean, she does. I'm
Mike,
sure.
I direct 4 Old Bras.
I know you're right. But I'm just trying to think of like
I think it's 9.
the game Clue and all the Colonel Mustard, Professor Plum. I'm just trying to think. So it's a pretty big cast.
Yes, it would be a decent sized cast.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you're interested, and I know, look for more. We'll talk more about that as we get
Yeah,
to it.
absolutely.
But if you're interested in becoming a part of the communal theater, want to help out, even if you're not necessarily ready to be on stage,
We always need
there's
help
so many
backstage.
opportunities.
Absolutely.
I know Angela would like to have other people know sound and lighting, so she doesn't be the one of the only few people that can do it.
That is my next project. Because that is one aspect I don't know very well, and so I want to try to figure out sound and light
Sure.
so that I can help with that too.
So if you love that kind of stuff and you're like, well, I'm a little nervous about talking and singing, but I love technical or I love to create, then guess what? There's lots of roles for you
Absolutely.
here. Chris could probably use some help with the sets and things like that.
Yes.
Costuming is always...
They don't let me have the power tools, so...
So if you love doing that if you love building things and your family's tired of you remodeling the thing for 37th time, come on down and we get to help you build sets or even if you're just an organizer, wrangler, they always need help, behind stage helping with getting people in costume or getting people in their proper spots for placement and it's a whole I say this every time, but what you see on stage is kind of the calm in the storm. The real storm's behind there. people scurrying back and forth,
100%,
jumping in and out of costumes, getting in their
Absolutely.
places, making sure that they're set up for the next scene. That's kind of
Yes. In fact, our bingo ladies, we're so thankful for them because they really add to that scene.
Yeah.
But then also they help our 4 old broads because you're right, they have quick changes.
Yeah.
And so they're back there helping them get in and out of costumes and be ready to go again.
Yeah.
So
And contrary to popular belief, it's not like fake costumes, they're not all breakaway pants and all. You know what I mean?
No. There are real clothes.
It's not like those clothes you go to like Disney World to get your photo with and like old timey clothes or something.
No.
And it's that bib thing and then you put a coat on.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is just asking for trouble if you'd wear that on stage. So we don't do that.
It's real costumes.
Yes.
And in some cases, they got maybe a minute to get in and out of it into the next thing here.
Yes, yes.
So they got to prepare for that. So if you love to get involved that way, that's all. Or even just help out, like night of show, taking tickets, or helping out at the raffles or the
concession area.
Concession area. Or
Absolutely.
all of those things are vital roles to the community little theater and being a part of that. And of course, becoming a member, I'm sure you have a great board, but always looking probably for new folks to come in. And, some people get tired of doing that after a while. And we need some new folks to come fill the voids when that happens. So if you're interested.
Yeah, and bring ideas. We're always up for new ideas.
And I hate to bring it up, but we are always looking for sponsors. Our theater, we are completely self-supported, so we are always looking for businesses, individuals who are willing to help out with shows. We are really lucky with this show. I'll let
Let's say you guys had some great
Denise tell you,
support from community businesses on this one.
Absolutely. We went and talked with Anderson Bethany. They have been incredibly generous to us numerous times. We're so grateful for them. And given that one of our characters is so obsessed with planning her funeral, I thought, hey!
Right?
So we went and spoke with them and, did our little commercial that we put on Facebook with our character Maud and Anderson Bethany. And they were so great and, very generous. And Blair's Trading Post has been amazing
They've
to us
helped you
as
in
well.
quite a few times. Yeah.
They have, yes. They, will loan us furniture,
So they're-
set pieces.
They're a collector of things. And you guys are a collector of things too, but they have a lot of things that come through and go through. And so from time to time, you're like, hey, we need, I think, like doors. Wasn't they help you out with doors in your last play?
Mhm.
I mean, how many people have a bunch of doors lying around?
Honestly, right?
Yeah.
But I know when we were looking, to dress the set, which is, all the little details, Kirk and I went out there and we were hunting magnolia pictures, to hang up on the walls.
Something appropriate that look good.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and they were just great to us out there. We got a few pictures, some swan pictures, and our magnolias and a table and a cart. And I think, they really helped us out a lot.
Awesome.
And then also walker and wheelchair. They help with Sam's cane and some hose for the oxygen, for
you guys
imaging.
need some medical equipment
Exactly.
for the play, and no one had an oxygen tank or wheelchair or cane to lie around.
Hey, friends over here, but
That's my oxygen tank.
the extra hose and the cane for Chris's character, we really appreciate the local support
Absolutely.
from different businesses. It really helps us out.
Yeah, and I know constantly there's business. Berkshire Hathaway is a constant
Yes.
helper of donating things and stuff like that. So they have some great businesses that are part of it. But if you'd like to help out, and it's, you guys help out with them in advertising and things. But the real help is you guys, the sponsors coming in and supporting, because this really. And I'll tell you this. Because the community little theater, we talk about these plays and things, but it really is so much more than that. The kids' arts program, the CAPS program, that's all part of this too. So it's as much education as it is entertainment. And we want, and so by you sponsoring these plays and all that, you're actually helping all that. You're helping, bring more recognition to the CAPS program, allowing more for that to happen, so they can do that. Allow for more plays and more things to happen here. Fixing that roof so we can continue to do more plays and a lot of stuff. That building's also, you guys let churches, other groups, do things in there too. So it's not just like it's just the community little theater that utilizes that building. There's some great organizations and things that you guys let also share that space with you.
Right, and we have also started partnering with a local artist here in town, Seglinda Shue, and she does a paint party once a month there in our lobby, and
nice,
and that's great, you know. And what was really great about that is we had our last one was this past Saturday, in the afternoon. And so, we were there, we were painting, and I was totally talking up, hey, go get dinner, come back for 4 Old Broads. And we did. We had about 5 or 6 people from the paint party, never been to the theater before.
Nice.
Came to the play, and they loved it.
Did they get dinner first, or did they? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Bring me something?
No. Thankfully, my assistant director, my cast, they keep me fed. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
When I've done the Santa's talent search a couple times, and food is usually not a problem. I walk back, there's like 80 pounds of food. The kids are going.
There's
and I'm
pizza, sandwiches.
And I look at it like, I'm all green. I can't eat that.
Well, you don't want hungry actors.
That's true.
No.
This is true. This is very true. But again, don't forget, everybody, this is the final weekend to go see 4 Old Broads. This Friday night and Saturday night, those are 7:30 p.m. performances, and then the 2:30 matinee this Sunday.
Yes.
Get advance tickets. That way you're guaranteed. You don't ain't got to worry about, we're going to have enough seats and all that. So to ease your mind of that, go to RoswellTheater.com. Make sure you spell theater, Theatre. And then get your tickets there. And I would say hang out a little bit. Look and read about some of the upcoming things, the Kids Arts Program. Learn more about what the Community Little Theater is all about. You'll find it through that website. And hopefully you're reading stuff you like and you say, you know what, I'd like to do some stuff with them too.
Yes.
Reach out and do that.
I will say our CAPS program is amazing. My daughter started with that when she was 6 years old, and she's very, she's grown up in the theater, and she's actually working with Angela in Sound and Lights for this show.
So, because they learn all aspects of theater and things. And, and I know one of my other things I'm involved with is the Historical Society, and we've done a couple things with the CAPS program there.
Yes.
Graveside Manor is kind of the one of the CAPS program's one more publicly noted events that they do, but they do others. But that one's kind of one that the public knows about a little bit, and we've partnered with them to the Historical Society on very similar type events too. So yeah, it's great. The kids are there. The Strange family. That's the ones we kind of do.
Yes.
I'm not making a joke. Their name is Strange. Okay?
Right.
It's like, wow, that's kind of rude. Call them Strange. No, that's their name.
It's okay. It's all right.
They're well aware. Very good. Well, we're about out of time here. Is there anything we wanted to mention that we've skipped over?
We do have the big annual fundraiser coming up August 6th, which is Curtains Rising. Ticket prices are to be determined.
Okay.
But there'll be more information coming out about that shortly.
We got a little bit of time between now and then, so we'll get everybody in.
Hey, maybe we can come back.
Maybe.
Hey.
Think about it.
Love you too, Mike.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you multiple times between now and August, I'm thinking.
We would hope.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we got Clue in between.
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of a big deal. And I've heard that you guys want to kind of take that to the streets a little bit and get the public involved in the community.
There's going to be a Clue game around town.
We'll give you a clue later.
Right. But
that was an awful pun. I could have done better than that. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We still love you. That's all right. You were right on the spot. It's okay.
That was in the neighborhood anyway. So, thank you guys. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you for having us.
Break a leg. Yes. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. And folks, get your tickets. Come on out. It's going to be a fun show. I guarantee you.
Yes.
After you're done, you'll be like, "What a fun night we just had." Yeah, it's kind of that's what it's going to be like.
And laugh.
Yes.
Enjoy yourselves.
Don't be afraid to laugh.
That's right.
There's enough stuff in this world to tick you off. Go do something that's fun right now,
Yeah, one of the other people who came said she laughed through the whole show. So
we had a snorter the other night. That was hard to
right
stay in
up there in the front row, right? Snort laughing. It was great.
Loved it.
We feed off of that. I mean, when you're on stage, you hear that laughter. It really does. It makes you more.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know you guys when you're up, and that's and I get that because I mean, you see what I do for a living, but yeah, when the audience is involved and digging what you're doing, I
have to tell
your
you,
head starts going. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Can I tell you something? Do we have time? Okay, so Maude comes out for one of her scenes, and she's in this really just great costume. I don't want to give anything away. She's in this great costume, and she walks out, hasn't even said anything yet, and everybody starts laughing. And it was opening night, and she's kind of like, why are they laughing? I haven't said anything yet. And we tell her afterwards, because you were so adorable. They just, they just loved it.
It's just the what they're drinking in, right?
Right,
they see it and they're like, what am I looking at?
It's great.
It is. It's a lot of fun. Well, awesome. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us on.
And thank you guys for doing what you do. I know you guys are doing it because you love it and have fun,
yes.
but it really is a service to the community. It really is. So appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, 9:56. Let's do your Chaves County sports update and a couple of commercials to pay for lunch. We'll be back.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Baseball season is underway for several teams. We told you that yesterday, but what about softball? Well, it's going to happen too. In fact, Goddard will be playing against Cleveland at the Hobbs tournament, and that is on Friday. So that's the beginning of the season for the Rockets, who last year were 13-8 overall. Not bad, but in a district with defending state champion Artesia. Roswell, meanwhile, won't get started until they play Artesia on March the 18th. The Coyotes were 7-13 last year. They were actually pretty competitive early in the district schedule against Carlsbad and Hobbs, the two heavyweights of that district, but not so much late in the schedule. So we'll see what the Coyotes can do. And also starting in mid-March will be the Dexter Demons, as the Demons hope to reclaim some glory from past years. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
The crowning achievement of King Solomon's reign was the construction of his temple in Jerusalem. When building the temple, Solomon spared no expense, from vast quantities of cedar wood to the choicest stone that was quarried somewhere else. At the time of the building of the temple, the Bible says the people were sacrificing at the high places because no house had been built for the name of the Lord. The temple then becomes significant to Israel because it brings together the people of God and is a place where they can invite the presence of God. In today's world, God still desires to locate where his people congregate. Matthew 18 reads that where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am with them. Christians today still need a place to celebrate the mighty acts of God. Please join us this Sunday as we delve into God's Word and spur one another on to love and good works.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Astronauts are not allowed to eat beans before they go into space because passing wind in a spacesuit damages them. The suits for the astronauts. Here's Mike Winters.